Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I know you've been trying to call me all day, but girl, he just left. And I had to wait till he left to call you because I know I said I was gonna break up with him. But last night, he did like a full 180. He was an animal. Where did this come from? Because, you know, I've been telling you, it's been like kind of dull and like something changed. And I don't know what his secret is, but I'm trying to find out. Shh. His secret, sword vitality.
All right, y'all, welcome into another episode of TFU.
Let's go!
Woohoo! We got a special guest in the house today with us. 8-time Grammy winner.
Talk about it.
Producer, writer, artist, poet, legend, Malik Yusef in the house.
Hallelujah.
Ooh,
Hallelujah.
Welcome.
Welcome in.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I always like to start out with where everyone grew up. You grew up in the south side of Chicago, I read. How was that growing up over there?
I mean, you know, when you got to develop the concept of sides to any place, you already know it's going to be some disparity in wealth, some disparity in resources. So south side of Chicago is bereft of resources and such like. So a motherfucker got to really kind of pick the scraps up. You know, it's the chitlins of the city of, you know, the stock markets. I mean the stockyard city. We the chitlins. We the pig feet. The fucking, you know, pig ears, pig nose. We the bottom.
And you grew up in a neighborhood called the Wild 100s, right?
I call it the Wild Hundreds.
Called the Wild 100s?
Some people say I made it the Wild Hundreds.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean that's a common saying and, you know, a common theory, because I did get wild at a young age. Obviously acting out of trauma and shit like that, you feel me? You know, acting out of fear, acting out of, you know, the concept of disapproval, the fear of ostracization, that all these traumas carry with them, you know, dropping out of high school at a very early age because of different things like shame and my different, goddammit, you know, my neurodivergency and learning challenges and such like. So you feel me? That shit is like, it's a torture. Shit don't feel good. So going to a place where you guaranteed to fail, it's like telling a shark to climb a tree. The shark is great in the ocean. It's the apex predator in that bitch.
Yep.
You know, but trying to climb a tree every day, you got to take motherfucking, he got to get out the water where he thriving at all goddamn at night, eating up everything, including, you know, the bitch with the bikini on that they want to challenge the wild, and then say, okay, good morning, climb this tree real good, and motherfucking shark stay at the bottom of the tree all day.
Did you, so, you know, we all kind of grew up in the hood. I definitely grew up in the hood.
No question.
Did you know you was in the hood? I didn't realize I was in the hood until I got out of the hood.
Of course.
And it was crazy because I got, my mom got an opportunity when I was in the 7th grade to take us from South Central to actual Santa Monica. They had like a low rent housing program, and we moved straight over there to Santa Monica. And it was weird. It was like this awakening. Like I literally went from, you know, looking over my shoulder constantly to a situation where I was like, I'm the baddest motherfucker on the block now. I don't have to worry about shit here. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to me.
Mm-hmm.
So when did you pull yourself out of that? Or when did you notice that you weren't in the hood no more?
But that realization of like being poor, because it's what it is. It's like situational awareness, environmental awareness when you a motherfucking kid, especially a kid that can't read and write that good. I stuttered and all kind of shit. Understanding my mama ain't love me. So that, you know, that's some developmental challenges there too. Some maturation process that wasn't able to take place and transpire in the firing of the synapses in the brain. So I was unaware about a lot of shit. You know, I just thought my mother was making a mistake and beating me all the time because she thought I was making mistakes, but I didn't know that's what she was doing purposefully. You feel me?
Right.
Just like being poor, I thought that everybody lights get cut off.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I thought that everybody don't have a phone because their mama be talking on it all day. I thought that everybody gas gets cut off. Sometimes that's what happens. It's like a process.
Right.
You know, and then getting old enough to go to high school and traverse that landscape between my neighborhood and goddammit the high school and see people that didn't have those economic disadvantages and they ass is like full on living life with new shoes when they need them or sometimes even want. So I didn't have none of my wants fulfilled and I had very few of my needs fulfilled. So like you say, you don't know that you're in a negative, I don't say negative, you're in a deleterious position until you realize what it feels like to be free.
Right.
Of that situation. Like I was in bondage. I was oppressed in this bitch. I was suppressed, depressed, all the pressed motherfucking suffixes, you feel me? So damn it, you know, when I first realized you could go to the store and get the clothes you want, nigga, I was like, oh yeah, I'm through. I'm through. What's this shit called? This is narcotics and it's illegal. Okay, let me just figure out how to way to not get caught with it. Because I'm not gonna stop fucking with this shit. I'm not gonna stop moving this shit.
Right.
I'm just gonna figure out a system not to get caught with this because this is the key. This shit is. I don't give a fuck when nobody say money can't buy you happiness. You a motherfucking lie. You ain't shopping in the right place. That's for real. That. Yeah, no, money can buy you happiness. Money can buy you anything you want because money is a dependent resource. It depends on where you are and who you are in your existence. You feel me? Shit. Because what makes you happy? Well, it's chemicals. What stimulates those chemicals is what makes you happy too.
Right.
Transcendentally, you feel what I'm saying to you? So what made me sad was going to school, not being able to read and write and motherfucking perform said tasks of a high school student. That's what made me sad. What made me happy was not being in that bitch and having the motherfucking Jordans and the motherfucking goddamn Larry Birds and the motherfucking Magic Johnsons. Right. That shit was a stimuli. Cause I didn't have none of that shit. My daddy swore up and down he would never buy me a pair of Jordans, and he still has it. That motherfucker still ain't bought me a pair of Jordans, even though I be kicking it with Michael Jordan now. You know, I mentor one of his sons. One of his sons a poet. It's my little nigga. You know, Jeffrey. That's my dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's my guy. It's my little homie. You know, shout out to Jeffrey for being married and shit, and a grown ass man with kids and shit. You know what I'm saying? But Jeffrey Jordan, that's my guy. So those things, man. But like you say, D, when you move from one situation to another. That environment is part of who you are. Right. And when you take that environment with you, you know, you take certain parts of it that are, what should we say, that are useful. So you took the awareness, the head swivel with you, though you didn't need it, which gave you a leg up. Absolutely. In that environment. So you kept the best shit with you.
I literally went from fighting every single day to not fighting all of a sudden. Man. Looking for a fight. I'm like, I ain't fought in 2 weeks. This don't even make sense. What's wrong? Yeah, something going on. I started looking for fights. Cause you know, you got, cause you when looking you in the hood, you fight. It happens all the time, but sometimes it's just for sport. Like just to get them up. That's it.
That's like Michael Jordan. I mentioned him earlier on the shoe side, but he was so used to being in a marketplace where contact in basketball was part of it. Right. People say basketball not contact sport. 100% is. Yes. So he started having to initiate contact to get his shot off the right way.
Absolutely.
So that's what you're talking about right there. These young kids in the NBA, they don't really move like that because the rules is a little different so they can score, so that the European players can come over here, which is not a very defensive league because defense is mainly taught in like on a college level. You know what I'm saying? You know, ain't nobody saying in the NBA get on defense because motherfuckers didn't pay a ticket to see you how good of a motherfucking defender you is. Steal the ball or don't, but you better score. Right. So that's, you know, those things. But I like that you said you had expectations of fighting every day. That's an important thing. Expectations are kind of one of the things that life is precipitating upon. You know, if you expect something to happen, that means you're going to be preparing for it. Or you should be preparing for it in a healthy mind. So you was preparing to fight, even though there was none available, but you translated it into other parts of business, other fight.
Absolutely.
That's dope.
And that's playing sports and everything else. You know, if you from the hood, you ain't no punk.
Can't be. And survive.
You won't make it.
And survive.
He won't make it. So it also, like, I guess you joined the game back then too?
I mean, we call it a demo. We call it a nation. You know what I'm saying? Street nation. Yeah. I joined a family, a street family. 12 years old.
Blackstone Rangers.
Blackstones.
Looking into that, that's a pretty. Well, I mean, I'm a history major, so I like to look back. That's a pretty old historical Chicago gang.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah, got some roots in a lot of different things. What was it like growing up in that type of brotherhood, I guess?
Yeah.
Or did they like teach you about the roots of the gang and shit, or you was just like in a gang, or was it
No, Blackstone's a little different. There's some etymology there on the phrases that we use, because it's got some steep connections to Islam. Obviously, even our symbols, crescent moon, 5-point star, the black stone, the Kaaba, obviously in Mecca, you know. So these things, the El Rukan, you know, these things like that, and there's laws and bylaws on which you got to adhere to in order to really to actually flag that demo, to flag that symbol. You feel me? It's a little different than other street nations in Chicago that may have lower barriers of entry or easier criteria marks. Our demo is a little bit more based in structure.
Did they jump you in?
That's not how.
That ain't how it goes.
It seems like more of like a sort of Black Panthers type group.
Yes.
Than like a Crips or Bloods type group.
Yeah, and
or
the Crips
like
and Bloods, shout out to the Crips and Bloods.
Who see themselves as Moors or
we kind of were under the Moorish American Science Temple.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Under that act, Noble Drew Ali, peace be upon him. You know, we draw, you know, prophets and scholars like Confucius, you know, peace be upon him. You know, so there's some aspects of Gandhiism in there. And taking all these ancient constructs that helped humans, you know, propagate, and not only propagate, but to get along and to be able to move along certain lines of resource allocation, acquisition, so on and so forth. So a motherfucker you really don't have no choice but to mob up, because that's what humans have always done. We're very tribal, you know?
Right?
Because that's how you survive. So in a society, we have to be social, and we have to socialize. And a society, you know, nobody's a society of one. You know?
Exactly.
So when you add one person, that's a society. So my neighborhood was, like a majority of the city, was ran by disciples, you know, either gangster disciples or black disciples, you know, or, you know, sometimes black gangsters, but they was all under the 6. That's folks. We was under the 5. Our neighborhood was under the 6 at first, and then we diverged into the H-Racketeers, and then later evolved into the Blackstones, you know, where we wear red and black, and we have these small meetings, and we had laws and bylaws that you have to adhere to. So that adherence to that is what gains you status. Obviously, also performance shit you have to perform in the street too. You feel me? So you gotta do that shit too. But on Shorty and them grave though, you know, it's like, you know, it's inter group skirmish, just like in any group. You feel me?
Now, what is the People Nation?
People's is I don't know if you saw my CNN episode. I went deep into that in the CNN episode, but I'll give you you know, for the sake of brevity. Yep. People's are under the 5 or under the 4. So 4 corner hustlers are people's. All vice lord nations, the CVLs, IVLs, MVLs, the unknowns, all the vice lords, the Asiatic vice lords, they all under the 5, and obviously Blackstones, Maniac Blackstones, Titanics, so on and so forth. Mickey Cobra Stones under the 5, and Latin Kings under the 6 is the GDs, BDs, the Breeds, the Souls, the Spanish Cobras, which is disciples. They have the disciple family, the Sixes. So it's like those under the Six. I don't want to miss too many mobs, you know. But the Insanes, you know, I don't want nobody be like, Malik, you forgot to shout us out. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to both sides, you know. Shout out to both sides, the 6 and the 5, you know.
It says a gang alliance, right? Or like some sort of alliance.
Well, it's just kind of like your belief system. I mean, they war with each other too, like any group. Like I said, it's intramural skirmishes too. You feel me? It's like, you know, like, let me go to Ireland. You know what I'm saying? They all Christians, but Protestant, Catholic, the Lutherans. You feel me? Presbyterians, the Baptists. There's been wars in that space since Jesus transcended back, you know, from the earth. You feel me? So that's how it works. But there are some ley lines there that allow you to have some samenesses as it goes. Let's just say, you know, if you do the extrapolation from any group, let's just use this for an example. Like, I'm from Chicago, you from South Central.
Right.
We not gonna be too much friends because we from different cities. But if we went to, goddamn it, let's say we go to Japan, we both Americans. So we gon'
automatically.
Right?
What you're saying is so real. When I went to go play basketball overseas, you know, I'm from South Central.
No question.
And my man was he was a blood. Mm-hmm. He was a blood. But immediately we was automatically friends because we both from America. Mm-hmm. And we, you know, and we kind of feel like everybody's kind of against us. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's like, nah, I'm going to look after you. You look after me. But it's weird. It's weird when you go back home now.
Yep. Because you go back to your perspective corners.
There you go.
Yeah.
It get different then.
It's humans. It's human nature.
But you almost feel like he's still your brother, but it puts you in a weird position.
Mm-hmm. Think about that same thing. Let's take that and superimpose that fucking concept over the Civil War. These were people that went to West Point together and found themselves on opposite side of an issue. And that issue was, should black human beings be owned by another fucking person?
Right.
And if you agreed or not, if you found yourself on the line of the side of the blue, you might agree with it, but your paycheck say don't agree with them.
Right.
Your power alliance say don't agree with them. So you got to shoot the motherfucker that you was in the motherfucking dorm room with.
Right.
On Stone, that shit crazy. But that's the proclivity of humanity and how fickle this shit is and how these loose alliances are advantageous or disadvantageous. You know, because we are creatures of the moment and we are creatures of comfort as well. And the crisis of comfort. So you get comfortable with a motherfucker. You say, like, over there, you get comfortable with dude, and you come back here and you have to be uncomfortable with him.
Right.
And it's uncomfortable for both of you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So that's how this shit works. So same thing with Chicago. Let me take that back and circle that back into the Chicago street culture. You know, I'm a person that my ops respect me. The motherfuckers that I used to be like, all of them is my enemy. When I learned to respect them, guess what? Respect came back.
Even in like street, like y'all are almost bigger than the street gang, which is, you know what I mean? Like you have ties to Farrakhan, and he introduced your leaders to Gaddafi, and there was 4 people indicted actually the first 4 Americans who were ever convicted for terrorism against America were from ties from doing acts for Lebanon.
Yeah. And Lebanon is a country. Think about this. Chief Malik, you know, formerly known as Jeff Ford, who is still serving time right now, 76 years old, for having ties.
Damn.
Yeah. And they put some trumped up charges. We ain't gonna go into the legal aspect of it, but understand that Libya is a country in Africa that we should have every right to communicate with. But what America calls terrorism is based on what kind of violence you are allowed to project. If you in defense of yourself and you use violence, you're a terrorist. if you enact violence upon somebody else for land or resources or forced religion or forced labor, you're an army. It's what the fuck it is. I spent time in the military. I know how this shit is. So these double standards and shit that we are witnessing are part of humanity. But when humanity goes awry, greed comes into place. You know, the misappropriation of power comes into place. It gets awry. The shit flip around. You feel me?
Now, you being around all that activity and all that action, you became a poet out of all that, basically, down to it. Mm-hmm. You know, how'd your love for, like, rhyming words or poetry or even getting into that, was that like an escape for you away from all the shit that was happening, or how'd that go?
It wouldn't be an escape for me. It would be a way to kind of frame things and paint a picture for me to digest what was happening. Again, being a person that stuttered and have these learning challenges, couldn't really read, didn't understand grammar and its marks and stuff like that, and not having a mama who gave a fuck, really, except for how bad I was doing so that she could pretend to punish me but really torture me because of it, as opposed to uplift me and help me. You know, she would virtue signal like, you better get your stuff together, but would give me no aid and assistance. You know, make fun of my handwriting and shit like that. And that shit powerful, and it really damages you in a certain kind of way where you don't have the ability to fix. We don't have the ability to fix ourselves from that kind of mother loss, that kind of mother scar. And to justify it, you see your siblings, to deal with it, you see your siblings turn into enablers of her behavior. Cognitive dissonance, right? You don't want to feel like the person that treats you so good and loves you treats another person that you kind of love badly. So where you going to shift that love to is going to go to her. So you're going to be like, that's how people be on the side of the occupying army and shit like that, because it's just easier. She got all the resources, all the power. This nigga ain't got shit. He just a brother. He's just a sibling. He can't cook. He can't buy shit. He can't make no financial decisions. Yeah, mommy right. And as a matter of fact, not only is she right, I'm going to help her to punish you, ostracize you. I'm going to, surveil you. I'm going to scrutinize you. Malik did this thing. Even though that thing might not be wrong, it's like, oh, if Malik did it, it's wrong. Malik got all these combs in his desk at school where he's failing at. Let me take these combs and show you that Malik has a plethora of different combs, which means nothing unless it's a person that's being singled out to be treated unfairly. So the poetry was also subsequently a portion of my learning challenges and my real inability to understand the formation of the English language in writing. So my brain just started to do something very, very, very clever, and it started to bypass certain neuropathy and have a different synaptic gaps that neurons are fired together, wired together. So it just started teaching me how to circumvent this hard shit on the board. What's that? That's a parentheses. What is a parentheses and what does it mean? And if I zoned out and came back 30 minutes later in my mind, I missed the whole dissertation from the teacher. So now I'm just lost. So now I'm just fucked up. I'm 6 years old and I'm like, whoa, what does that do? Why is it there? How do you make it? Yeah. So it was crazy. And, having a mother who enjoyed you being a failure so that she could get her motherfucking dopamine by dominating you. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So as long as I'm fucked up, she's a hero.
Malik, God, just hearing this story, this shit breaking my heart left and right. It's tough. Yeah, it sounded like it was tough. Did you ever mend the relationship with your mom? I don't know if she's still here. if she is still here, did you ever mend that relationship? Because it seems like you have a deeper understanding. Because you haven't even talked about what she may have went through that gave her, gave her the reasoning to be who she was in your relationship with her. But I'm curious, did you guys ever mend that relationship? And if you did, because it seems like just hearing that you used to stutter is fucking me up. I'm just letting you know, because I know you to be one of the most intelligent motherfuckers on the planet.
Oh man,
that's the guy I know. To hear that you used to stutter is crazy to me. How'd you work through that, and did you ever mend that relationship with your mom?
So a 2-part question, I'll give you a 2-part answer.
Right.
To fix the stutter in my brain did something that some people with speech pathologies do. I'm stuttering now. Just by the way, I'm stuttering all the time. But people think that I talk cool, but I'm just taking pauses, and sometimes elongated pauses in between words. And then I have different pronunciation styles to make sure I catch that word that I would stutter over. So I kind of bypass the part of the brain, the frontal lobe, that meters words out. And I do a thing that some people with stammers do called circumlocution. So in order to locate, to speak, you have to have a certain pattern. Everyone has a certain pattern. I had to teach myself a pattern, and it bypasses the frontal lobe, and I just use other parts of the brain. So parts of my brain are active that other people don't use. Because they don't have a need to. Why the fuck would you use that part of your brain?
Now, did you figure that shit out before or after it naturally happened? Like, did it naturally happen? And then you was like, oh, this is what's fucking happening? Or you tried to figure it out?
It naturally happened. The brain just processed itself and started functioning because it needed to function, because it desperately needed to function, because it looked at that as a way to sameize myself with the family. I needed to be same, not othered.
But so
the speech othered me.
You talk about it in like a scientific way, as though, have you researched into it? And like afterwards, like now
100%.
you know, like
now I know
that's what happened. This is this, and this is this.
I studied the brain prior to when I study anything else. And when you study the brain, understand psychology, you know, it kind of keeps you from being really fucking mad at people. Because you understand they just doing what the body tells them to do. The body tells the brain what to do. We think it's the opposite.
Yep.
If you don't supposed to have chocolate cake, if doctors say no chocolate cake for you, and the body is used to having chocolate cake, the microbiome is used to having chocolate cake, used to feeling this, the cells are used to getting this chocolate, whatever those chemicals in chocolate, which there's a bunch of them, litany list of different chemicals, especially in manufactured chocolate. It tell your brain to move your feet to the chocolate.
Because the second brain is actually the first brain.
Exactly.
The gut, the stomach.
The stomach, the microbiome.
Controls your whole fucking body.
So if you don't condition the mind to override the body, it's got to override the body, not the fucking brain. The brain is just like a remote control.
Yep. You hear about have you seen Fantastic Fungi on Netflix? The dude who
check it out.
Huge mushroom advocate, but like psilocybin mushrooms, stuff like that.
Okay.
He stuttered as a kid, and he said he got mushrooms one time from a friend, and he didn't know how much to take, so that motherfucker took like the whole bag. Took the whole bag, climbed a tree, waited for it to kick in. He said a whole fucking storm came.
Whoa!
He's stuck up in this tree. He gets down, walks into his house, had the craziest trip of his life, like just up there. Next day he came out, no stutter, never stuttered again in his entire life. Talked to like the girl of his, like, you know what I mean, that he was thinking about talking to all the time, and like it just rewired shit in his brain.
That's crazy.
To get over the stuttering. And like
wires,
exactly. That's the brain. It's everything's
and the
wired.
mycelial network. You're talking about the mycel, which is the fungus.
Yep.
They have roots. They grow in tandem with trees and so on and so forth.
And it looks like our brain.
It looks like our brain. When you dig something in your backyard, I don't know if anybody grew up with a backyard, but you dig a hole in your backyard, you see these little white lines in the dirt? Those are mushroom roots, the mycelial network. It's constantly communicating, because what is fungi? Is it a plant? No. Is it an animal? No. It's somewhere mixed in the mix between.
That's what they talk about. Trees, like a mother tree that has like a disease that comes to it, can push its siblings like away from it in the forest through the mycelium, and trees talk to each other through the mycelium roots and shit like that.
And share nutrients.
So they're just starting
sugar especially.
So they're just starting to figure out how to maybe we can rewire our brains with mycelium and mushrooms and shit like that. So
that's real. Yeah,
they're curing like Alzheimer's with that shit now.
Exactly, because
it rewires the brain.
Makes the brain do something different.
Yeah.
And neurons that fire together, wire together. Is actually wiring.
Yeah.
But you're looking at like, you're trying to think of like copper and electricity. All those things, copper as a conduit for electricity, but copper is in your body. Everything on the periodic table that's healthy is in your body, and some negative things on there, or deleterious things, or destructive things are also in your body. Lead, we don't supposed to have lead in our body. It's on the periodic table though. So it's gold, and gold is in your body. Heart of gold. If you got a lot of gold in you, you're going to receive different frequencies than another person that has less gold inside them. Same thing with silver. And sometimes you have gold in your brain, and I have gold in my brain. So I'm receiving different signals. I'm aware of different things that other people aren't aware of. And that's probably why when I was a kid, I was so over here and over there and never here.
Yeah. I got ADHD or like ADD, and it was like back when I was in middle school, they used to videotape me and they didn't know what to do with me, and like I could never sit still in class. I could never, you know what I mean? And to the point my teacher would just let me sit on the windowsill and just like fucking look outside and listen to class and shit. And like they brought in a psychologist, and fucking the psychologist ended up giving all the teachers like this fucking months-long training of how to deal with kids like me, because this was like when Ritalin was hitting and shit like that, and they first started bringing that in on, and it turned me into like a zombie and super skinny and shit. My parents took me off it, so I just had to figure out basically after they took me off of it how to fucking deal with my ADHD my whole life.
Because you used the Ritalin as a coping mechanism, so the brain latched on to that and was like, I don't have to do the work.
Nope.
And that fucked you up.
Yeah, but it wasn't for that long. And then, but I just didn't, it was always a negative thing until in my mind I changed it. And I see ADHD as an advanced human gene that we just don't know how to control yet. I think everybody will eventually have ADHD or a form of being able to multitask or be in that position, but we just got to be able to, like, you know, when a superhero gets his powers, he can't control that shit. You know what I mean? He's got to figure out how to control it. Right. I think that's what ADHD is, because as I get older or more aware of certain things, or just being aware, I guess, it's easier to control than when I was a kid and you just didn't know when you were struggling. And you know, it's hard to study. It's hard to fucking fit. You look away and you think about some shit, like you said, for like 30 fucking minutes. You come back like, what's the bitch talking about?
Where the fuck I been? Like, but you said studying was impossible for me. Yeah. Because everything I'm reading is firing off synapses. I have synesthesia, so I'm seeing colors and hearing animals and shit. I'm like, I can't read this. It was hard for me. I still spend like 98% of my time I'm by myself. 98% of the time I'm by myself. Figuring shit out, doing this, letting my brain just wander a little bit and come back with a solution to something, to a problem. And it might be a 5-part solution. Then I kind of truncate that down to a 3-part solution. Then I put 2 steps in there and say, turn this into money. You feel me? So a motherfucker like me that had the harshness of a hooded mother who was like my executioner on a daily basis. Damn. It forced me into loving myself. A lot of people don't learn self-love. Yep. I was forced to learn it because nobody else was there for it. Nobody else was there to love me.
And who was the first person that you would say?
My grandma.
Your grandma?
100%.
That put the faith in you and then made you believe?
My grandma. 1,000,000,000%. Which was my mother's enemy. My dad's mother was my mother's enemy. She hated. And now when I'm grown, I know why she hated, because she hated her kindness toward me. When you are, let's say for instance, and Alejandro, I don't know if you're a pet guy or not.
I'm a pet guy.
Okay. Say for instance, you have a cat, an Angora, beautiful fur, tortoiseshell Angora, beautiful animal, rare. And you lose that cat, and a neighbor finds it, knowing that you love that cat. And that neighbor takes that cat and mistreats that cat. And say if I'm one of your neighbors, and I'm like, talking to you, you my boy, and you saying, man, I wish I find my cat. And I go to the neighbor's house for poker. I don't play poker like that, but except for charities and shit. But I go there and I see your cat, skinny, fur coming out in the cage. I say, pussy motherfucker, you don't let Alejandro's cat go. Knock him in his mouth. Boom, 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 boom. And say, for instance, that neighbor's brother, seeing that happen, he's going to attack me. You know why? Because he's getting joy off his brother being dominant over a creature. It's human nature. At the lowest level human nature, though. Primal. So this is how these skirmishes start. Now, my grandmother was good to me. She loved me. I was her favorite. And I'm not afraid to say that. I'm not ashamed to say that. Even though she told my dad to give us a Christmas when we both had Christmas and shit, but she gave us a Christmas anyway. But she loved me, and my mother hated that she loved me. Because my mother wanted somebody to dominate. She needed somebody to dominate. She needed somebody to mistreat because she wouldn't make herself better. So as long as she could be here and I could be under the table, she didn't have to rise. She doesn't have to become a better person. She doesn't have to learn how to drive a fucking automobile. She doesn't have to have gainful employment, meaning that go to a job or create something that makes money. She just could rely on my father, take his money, give it to the church, keep him broke, keep us fucked up. Because what she really wants is to dominate something that's not herself. People that work on themselves unceasingly are some of the nicest people in the world. You know why? They don't have time to be mad at all or mean to anybody. I'm pretty nice to people who I have real problems with. I'm pretty nice to them. So I can't afford to not be nice. I can't afford to change my brain into not being nice. So when AD asked me, have I resolved it? Well, resolution is a strange word. I've been forgiving her for her actions. But I tried 1,000,000 times to patch it. And she lied about the origins of it and fake cried and came back to my life one time. I don't want to be long-winded about it, but she called me one day crying. Now, this is after 20 times. And I'm a good person, right? Because I work to be a good person. It's not just just being nice ain't good. Just being kind. I'm a kind, giving, helpful, everything you can want in a person that's developing into, a better person. I am that. If you find me as a friend, you win. It's a jackpot.
That's absolutely true.
You won if you got me as an ally, because it's not nothing you ain't gonna be able to get from me.
Right.
Even at peril to myself. You feel me? So she called me one day, crying one night. I'm so sorry. First time admitting everything she had did to me. First time ever admitting it. Because my brothers and sisters still were in and have been in denial for a while about it. No, it wasn't that bad. Even though I still got the mark from her burning me with an iron, still got the broken nose, still got the gash in my forehead, all this shit. You feel me? So I said, okay. I felt that she was sincere, and maybe she was. That time, maybe she was sincere. That time, it probably struck her. But I'm part of it striking her is that I'm on TV all the motherfucking time too. That's part of the strike too, nigga. That the bank account is inflating somewhat.
Hey,
that's part of it too.
It play a role, don't it?
And she don't want to be the mother that Malik don't fuck when she talking to people because they like. Cause first he ain't gonna make it. He ain't shit. Then it's like, oh, he in the movie. Oh, he on HBO. Oh, he this. Oh shit, he in newspaper yet again. Oh, he in another motherfucker. Oh, he got another Grammy. So I'm sure that was a motivator, which is fine. That could be a motivator. I don't begrudge her that. So I said, okay, what you got to do? She said, how do I fix this? I said, okay. I'm going to build a program for us. We're going to go to shelters where mothers have been, let's say less than favorable parental partners in this relationship, mother-child and child-parent relationship. And she's like, okay, anything I need to do? I said, okay, you need these 3 books. And I gave her 3 books to read. I said, I got you. You know I got you. I always had you. Even when she was terrible to me, I still was sending her on vacations, buying china cabinets. You need new carpet, I got you. New sewing machine, whatever. I pick her up, take her everywhere because she never drove in her fucking life. The newest vacuum cleaner that ever came out, I got you. Whatever you need.
Right.
Just so I can get a little tiny bit of what you give my brothers and sisters for free. They ain't never bought you shit, shorty. Ever. And they don't give a fuck. Really, they don't have to. Cause why would they? They get everything they want from her for free. Why buy the cow and get the milk for free? You feel me?
Right.
But me, I'm paying for every drop of milk. Big money. Writing checks. Open a bank account so I can give her a check. Give my daddy a check. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm geeked. Oh, man. My dream done came true. Because, I'm talking about the motherfucker that done called the police on me. Told them I'm selling drugs. Told the police that I laugh at them when they leave. I call them punks and sissies and shit. This is what she telling the police. That made fake. No, I'm real word bond to a lie. Fake police reports that I hit her. I never touched her in my life. And this is a terrible human to me. Stealing shit, talking, which says she wished my son had died. I never touched her. And had every right, because she taking my personal property, burning it, throwing it out, hiding it, stealing it, putting bleach on shit for me. Never touched her, but she got police reports that I didn't, like a stack of police reports. And my brother discovered them. Yeah, he beat me up and ran away. She was really out to harm a nigga for real. But I forgave all that. Like, okay, if you ready to do something good for the world, God damn it, I'm your huckleberry, you feel me? So, I'm on cloud 9, you can imagine. Because I never had no mama. Never had no mama, nigga. Like my brothers and sisters, they don't even understand how important this is to me to have a person, the maternal unit that you lived inside of for 9 months, say something nice to you. It's worth millions of dollars. Millions. So I'm on cloud 9 for like a motherfucking whole week, yo. Like 10 days, I'm on cloud 9. I'm in this bitch like, yeah, that's it. And see, and I'm gonna let me call mommy. Hey, let me call my mother. I'll be in a meeting, or in dinner with a bitch. Let me call my mother. I could check on her. That's the kind of shit I was on. Like just, cause that's what people do. They call their mama. Right. Kanye called his mama. Runny called his mama. Raheem Devon called his mama. Common called their mama. You know what I'm saying? So now I got one. That's really mine. Not the one I'm stealing from them. Cause I know these niggas be mad. I just throw everybody mama. Hey, mom, like, bro, that's not your motherfucking mama, bro. Stop calling my mama when I'm on tour, nigga. She don't need no Chinese food, bro. It's okay. I'm like, but maybe she was home. Nah, nigga, stop calling my mama, nigga. We not brothers like that. And they was just like, for real, like being protective, like, boy, you overdoing it. Right. This ain't how sons act. Nah, I gotta act like you. Well, Malik called and they're like, just stop, boy. So I'm taking my son to see a movie and shit, King Kong. And the phone comes, and I done put her in my phone, mommy. Like, hey, mom. Like, hey, son, how you doing? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. You been reading the books? She's like, what? I said, you been reading the books? Did you get the books I told you to get? She's like, yeah, but listen, your mama, I'm out here working at a KFC, and your mama I'm sending your mama some money. I said, I'm like, this vibing, I'm like, you been reading the books, mama? She's like, yeah, I've been reading the books. I said, which one of them? She said, one of them, I don't know. Then her voice changed. Listen, you can't be Malik Yusef and your mama out here working at KFC. I said, man, don't call my phone no more, my nigga. Don't ever call my phone again ever in your life. Don't ever call my phone again. I hung up. She called once or twice after that. Hey, I just want to call happy birthday. No. Anywhere she at, I don't want to be there. My auntie died. I took my kids to the funeral. She was there. I was like, she'll never meet these kids. And my sister goof ass. I'm like, this y'all grandma. I'm like, why would you? This is my enemy. This is my op. This is my oppressor. This is my abuser. My kids don't get to meet her. And she don't get the privilege of knowing my children.
Malik, did you ever figure out why?
Oh, I got a bunch of theories and done some research. Yeah, I don't want to go into it in public and shit, but she got, she was disappointed. She picked the nigga that she ain't love, my daddy.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Yeah, she picked the nigga she ain't love. And he loved her. He loved her. It's obvious because it's unhealthy love because ain't a motherfucker hit my kid in the face. I don't give a fuck. You gonna meet Jesus for real. You can't punch my child in the face and me be okay with it. But she built a narrative that I was a troublemaker and I couldn't defend myself. My daddy worked all the time. He was always going out of town, construction worker. And so it strained our relationship, obviously. And he became what they call in therapy the non-protective parent because he loved her and he wanted her approval. He wanted her love. He wanted her affection. And his own offspring is the thing that's the separator. He's going to have an issue with that. The bad kid that won't let him have access to the affection of his chosen bride. But it wasn't true. And he needed to do some more fucking investigation. You know, me and my dad talked about it. We talked it out. He's like, I just thought you never needed me. I thought you never needed my love. And I was like, I'm the one that needed it the most. Because I had none from the other side. None.
One day that me, my brother and sister, we were all around. We have a sister that's on drugs.
Mm-hmm. God bless her.
Yeah, crazy. And we were all around. And prior to my sister being on drugs, my mom, we told my mom who we thought was the favorite. We told mom, we was like, nah, you like Medina more than you like any of us. And because we really, really felt like that. And you know what my mother told me, which was crazy? She said she needed me the most. So to hear your story, it almost breaks my heart that you needed it the most and she wasn't there for you. It's tough.
Yeah, it's rough, man.
It's tough, man.
I always knew that I was dope, though. I always knew I was special. Obviously I thought I was retarded too, but, there's some, what they used to call mental retardation there. There's obviously some parts of my brain that's just not active.
It's funny. Steve Harvey had the same thing.
Yeah, it's true.
Same exact thing you're talking about.
Same thing, yeah.
Stuttering, everything, tough in school.
I worked with Steve Harvey before. When I was first doing spoken word, he was. We had the same kind of Lexus. Now he obviously a billionaire, some shit, but we had the same Lexus and shit back in them days. And but yeah, you know what's so funny, man, about this thing with the favorite kid? In my mind, I vacillate. Do I have a favorite kid? And yes, I do, but on different occasions for different reasons.
Right.
Like today, you did something that was hard for you to do. You win for this day because you needed the most encouragement, you needed the most reward, you needed the most love, you needed the most tenderness on this day. Now, do I have ubiquitous a favorite kid? No, not at all. And maybe because that's not natural, or maybe it's just because I know it ain't healthy.
Right.
But I'm going to treat a kid special on a day when they are in a special need or a special kind of deficit. I'm going to treat you special. I'm going to give you more attention, on that day. And like you said, if somebody is in a prolonged deficit, like your sister, then your mother's going to pour more into her.
Exactly. And that's what she had to explain. She's like, I don't have a favorite. She just needed me more. And she was right.
Yeah.
She on drugs to this very day.
Drugs ain't designed for you to get off of, though.
Yeah.
People being on drugs, I'm not surprised at all. They are literally designed for you to be on them bitches. Like, what do you mean? Like, that person's on drugs and still there. You know why? Because they're designed to do that.
Right.
They're literally made for you to depend upon them so they can sell you some more of them bitches.
The other thing I wanted to ask you, did your other brother and sister have a different father?
Oh man, we got this. That was the thing. That was the perplexing thing. I had made up in my little mind at like 10 years old when I was like left to my own devices in life and just like my mother not getting me nothing for my birthday type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like forgetting to say happy birthday to a nigga, shit like that. No birthday card, shit like that. After she kicked my grandmother out of our life. My dad G for it, which was, luckily I was almost 12 so I can get outside, jump off the porch. But man, it's rough because I thought that for sure, I was adopted. That's how I dealt with it. I just told myself, oh, This ain't my real parents.
Right.
As soon as I get old enough, nigga, as soon as I get 13, I'm gonna go on this journey and search for my real parents. They're gonna be like, Malik, we so happy to see you, nigga. We looking all over for you. You got through from the car when we had a car accident. Some wolves found you, dragged you over here, and they picked you up off the side of the road. They don't really love you like we love you. That was my fantasy. That's how I dealt with it. That's how I recognated everything. Then I came to my father like, hey, it's my birthday tomorrow. Y'all did the best y'all could do, my nigga. Appreciate y'all. I'm ready to go on my journey to find my real mommy and daddy. He was like, what? I was like, you just heard me, man. I'm ready. I'm ready. I can get on the bus. I can travel. I got enough clothes. I squirreled away some money from shoveling snow and shit. You know, I'm ready to go. He's like, what are you talking about? We your real parents. I was crestfallen, bro. My shit was like, I couldn't breathe. I walked out his room, couldn't breathe. And I was like, oh, he really means that I'm his son by one of his other bitches. That's what he really means. So I kept that one in my mind for another year, another birthday. I was like, hey, is your wife, is Earlene my real mother? Go ahead now. I just laid it out for you. You ain't gotta hide it no more. You know, I'm thinking to myself like, he was like, yes. I think, oh, this ain't gonna work for me, nigga. I'm about this bitch. But I never left really in earnest. I just kind of went into like an orbit around my family and my community, which gave me a certain freedom. I could tell you some horror story about my mother just trying to restrict my own liberation, like making other people not give me liberation. Like my boy, his parents went out of town, so of course, you know, I'm a young fly nigga with some money. We bring bitches through. She comes over in the morning knocking on the back door like, sun ain't even up yet. I'm on laid up in his den with, you know, of course, I'm always gonna have the baddest bitches in the world. That's just that's how I'm born. So she crucial out of Chicago. She is a full-on Chicago 10, maybe that's a Miami 7, but she a Chicago 10 for sure.
That's a crazy scale, but we'll get back into that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But she a Chicago 10 for sure. I mean, you know, Miami got different standards. Chicago, you know,
Yeah, but
we could take a little meat.
I'm
You know
from
what I'm saying?
Nebraska. I'm from
Yeah, we
Nebraska.
could take a little meat because you pretty.
But I like the naturalness of Chicago girls from Miami.
Exactly. That's my
Miami's
point.
all like,
That's my exact point. The Miami 7 is because she don't got the extra shit. Zip, 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 zip. She ain't got that shit. So she a 10 to me, you feel me? So I hear the back door knocking, I mean hard, on my boy's back door. And he like, man, he get up, he got a bitch over, I got my shit over. He say, your mom at the back door. I'm like, what the fuck she want? The house burning down across the street or something? What the fuck? And why she come over here? Like, I don't know. She said, she want to talk to you. Let you open up this door. I said, but that's just, she can't have me enjoy myself.
that's more than
No
a cold
kind of way.
shower.
More, it's just like the evil of that, the wickedness of that shit alone. So my justification has been a long time coming for me never to fuck with this human being ever again. You've had a million chances.
Right.
And I'm not talking about monetarily. That's helpful too. If you got a son that's a millionaire, I told my daddy that. I said, if I was Malik Yusef's anything, brother, father, cousin, uncle, you know, off fourth cousin, I'd be working with Malik.
Right.
There would be no other job I would have than to make sure a dude got shit busting. That's the only thing I would be doing. But obviously too, that's a whole thing with that with humans was that if you bet against somebody, you need them to lose so that you can be right.
Yeah, that's true.
You bet against me. It's like if I say, you know, the Celtics ain't gonna beat the Mavericks, and I put resources down. Basically, I put money down on it, or I put my own currency, my own truthisms behind it. I need to be right. And in this situation, you can fantastically be like, Malik ain't shit. Not that he didn't win, not that he didn't get successful, One time my blood sister, while I was helping to pillar her restaurant, she had this weird conversation with me. It was like one of the times we started to really separate. She said, yeah, I see all your friends and shit on TV. I hope they don't leave you behind. I said, excuse me? I just came from Restaurant Depot buying everything for your restaurant where I also pay to get food at. You know, now granted, she helped me through some rough times. I kept trying to lead the street. She helped me through, but she got paid back that 10,000 times over, more than I put her in great positions to win. She made a lot of money off my existence. Like product, I ain't gonna go into that, but she know, I took care of her. But I was like, what the fuck was that conversation? I left there like, this person is not on my side. I hope that, because she see Deion Cole and big up Deion, D-Ray Davis, big up D-Ray Davis, and all my homies being on BET and shit. She said, I hope they don't pass you by. Now, mind you, I'm already HBO Def Poetry Jam, all this other shit, gang, all this other shit, I'm already that. Left me behind. These my contemporaries. I'm right here with these. What the fuck is you talking about? You see this Nike motherfucking mixtape that I'm on? That's by real Nike. You see this Sprite mixtape? You see the poster boards in the city? You see me on the fucking subway and trains with my motherfucking, on all of them, a whole campaign? You hear me on the fucking radio, bitch? What is you talking about? Leave me behind? I'm leading the pack. What you talking about? What the fuck do you mean? I'm working on Kanye West album right now. I'm on Carl Thomas album right now. I'm on Common album right now. Like, what do you mean? But that was that. People hope things go right with your little business. That's that diminishing shit.
Right.
She got it from my mama. She got it honest though. She got it from my mama, nigga. So those are the things, man, when you talking about society's ills, man, every human that you ever gonna run into is a product, and I really mean a product, a produced elemental component of a household. Group home, auntie's house, single parent household, and you put that into the world, into an ecosystem that is necessitated upon healthy componentary elements being inside said ecosystem. And you put a motherfucking disruptive toxin into an ecosystem that literally has to run smoothly. And then we wonder why the world fucked up.
So how was it once you started, coming from Chicago, once you started, going up? Like that, because you said, your family changed on you. How was it with the friends, the people you grew up with, all that stuff?
Some people was proud, some people wasn't, like anything else. Some people was like, that's my dude right there. That's my man in Love Jones right there. That's Malik, or that's my cousin, or I grew up with him. Some people like, he wouldn't be shit if he wasn't in Love Jones, and you're not wrong.
And that was your first break, right?
Yeah,
my first break.
Love Jones and kind of dealing with the actor and that, and teaching him how basically swag and shit.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, that's my first real encounter. No, not real encounter with fame, but like me being a person with a spotlight on me. You feel me? I had already been winning in the poetry shit. I got on ABC Worldwide News. My third time on stage, I got on ABC Worldwide News. So people thought I was famous. So that helped propel me. And then the Love Jones shit came in because I kind of took over the Chicago poetry scene. And Ted Witcher, shout out Ted Witcher, came in, and Bill Bellamy, who I was a super fan of from Def Comedy Jam, and Lorenz Tate, Lord and them, they from the West Side, so I know they family and shit. And then obviously, my relationship with Bernie Mac and all these other relationships that I built from scratch before they was famous. So that helped me in that. And real conversation, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Me being somewhat gullible, a bit of naivete, I went around. This is hard to talk about, boy. I went around the motherfucking city, and anybody who would listen, as they promoting the movie Love Jones as it was coming, it's in magazines. I'm like, oh, I'm in this movie coming up. My autism doesn't let me have real good social awareness. So I usually just be like, just myself all the time, which is really a jovial person. I'm just always myself, just kicking it, having fun, cracking jokes. My kids, they love it in certain ways. But everybody that will fucking listen, I'm telling them, yeah, the movie Love Jones. So the dude that's in there, if you look at Love Jones, there's a guy in there, and his name's Reggie Gibson. And when I came into poetry, he was the star of poetry in Chicago, of black poetry in Chicago. And he was, he had these like intellectual sex poems and shit. My shit was a little bit more crude. I'm gonna say the word pussy. I'm gonna say, I'm licking your pussy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's gonna be allegorically done, but it's still gonna be, the word pussy is part of my thing.
Got it.
The word bitch is in my shit. You know what I'm saying? Blackstone is gonna be heard, like on Common's album. GD to the World Blow Up and Stone Run It. You see me on Def Poetry Jam. I'm talking about, bulletproof vests and shit. Robbing banks on the porch. I didn't know you weren't supposed to do that. I'm talking about, motherfucking clapping at motherfuckers. I'm talking about, babies born as pimps and soldiers. Those are things that are taboo in the traditional spoken word realm. So anyway, every time I do a gig with Reggie, because Love Jones was coming out, we had filmed it. And I didn't understand the movie itself, that he was like kind of like the sub star, or he was the subject of everything. This was like Lorenz Tate was, Darius Love Hall was a fantastical portrayal of Reggie Gibson. You feel me? So he got to a point where he like, don't forget to tell everybody about the movie we gonna be in. I'm like, oh, that's right. Me and Reggie, I did poetry in the movie, but they cut it out. But at the time, I didn't know they was cutting it out. And I'm telling everybody, and he like, yeah, tell him about the movie. I'm like, yeah, man, Reg, he liked me now, because he didn't like me at first. So I'm like, yeah, man, me and Reggie in this, and everywhere I went, every poetry event I did, everybody, me and Reggie Gibson is in Love Jones. It's gonna be dope. Lorenz Tate, Bill Bellamy, Nia Longo, super gorgeous ass, and blah blah blah. And man, this shit crazy. People wild, bro. So please forgive me for laughing, because it's not fucking funny, and all praises due to the Most High. I'm very grateful.
We're used to laughing at inappropriate things.
But it's not, this is somebody's life. So I'm not making light of their life. I am shedding the light to, it's important to treat people well.
Right.
So nigga, it's the premiere. Everybody in the city trying to come to this shit. I done told everybody and they motherfucking mama. I'm in Love Jones. Nigga, I did a poem. I did this poem called I'm in Love with a Dancer. It's about a stripper. I snuck that shit in there. I was like, that shit's gonna be crazy, Leak. Everybody. Comment. I mean, everybody, nigga. Motherfucking The Roots. Everybody I met through Fat Joe. I mean, everybody that I ever known, nigga. I told them that I'm finna be in Love Jones. So we at the premiere. I see Bill Bellamy, who's always a genuine person, always good to me. Even now, I saw him a couple weeks ago. He's still same way. And so I'm sitting there, and it starts off with Reggie Gibson. And I didn't never see that part being filmed. I'm like, oh shit, Reggie got a motherfucking conga line in this bitch. Plus he wrote the poem for Lorenz Tate, The Bella to the Night. And then, so I'm knowing this shit, but I didn't know he was in the beginning of the bitch. He opens the whole motherfucker up. I'm like, ooh, it's crazy. This shit finna be nuts. So wait till my turn come. Cause I done brought tickets for people. It's just crazy, bro. It's just nuts. So the movie going on, I ain't in this bitch yet. So I say, hey, Bill, is this a different version of the movie or something? He said, no, it's the same version. I said, am I in here? He said, yeah, I'm sure you in here. I've seen the premiere. We had a whole screening. I was like, oh, okay. It's getting late. I'm in this bitch on Peace Though. This shit getting late. I'm nervous. You know them butterflies you get? This ain't butterflies. These is like bats. Nigga. Like, motherfucking, the darkness is arising. I'm like, oh, fuck. I know goddamn well. And you understand something. I did something really juvenile at the very beginning when it came on, because I'm full well expecting to be a full participant in this fucking film.
Right.
So when it came on and Reggie was up there, congo, 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 and all that shit, that ain't the type of poetry I do, but I respect it. I see Reg, he over there, he on the same row as me. I say, Reg! He looked down the aisle, give me the kind of smug. I'm like, okay, well, he just, obviously this shit just started. He supposed to feel good about himself. Maybe I'm bothering this nigga or something. Maybe Malik Yusef is bothering this motherfucker. The movie keep going, G. And finally, there's this montage where Darius Love Hall and Nina gets back together. And it's just music. It's like, I forgot what music it was, score shit. And they show me on stage. And my mouth is moving, no words are coming out. It's just the background song. It's about, I'm exaggerating when I say 4.5 seconds. It's probably like 2.7 seconds. And a couple of niggas in there say, Malik! I'm like, yeah. And I turn back around, it's gone. So, nigga, I'm in shock. I done seen motherfuckers bleeding to death on my carpet before. But this, I'm in shock.
They cut you out?
Nigga, to 2.7 seconds, bro. I say 4.5 just for color. It's like saying I got a 12-inch dick when it's really like 10 something or something. But the 12 sound dope. And the rap and shit, like, bitch, I hit you with this foot long, Not quite, nigga, but So, bro, I'm like, it's gotta be, of course I'm telling myself, they're gonna bring me back in later on to do the real poem that I was doing because they was watching me in the poetry, and I know they gonna, cause I told everybody in the world, motherfuckers in Canada, everybody on all the coasts. I done told motherfucking Janet Jackson I'm being this bitch. I done talked to all the radio people, Theo when he was out here, all these motherfuckers. I done told everybody I'm in Love Jones. Motherfuckers in radio in Chicago, like, don't forget, this weekend, Love Jones, Malik, you featuring Malik, them motherfuckers featuring me now, you know what I'm saying? I done lived for a year telling every fucking body I could. Grocery stores, car washes, nigga, it don't matter. I told everybody. So, I'm seeing this shit, and to get to the end of the thing, and they got Reggie sitting at the table with Lorenz. Now, I done got a full-on relationship with Lorenz through the movie. Right. Like, in real life, while we filming, that's my nigga, his father, Mr. Tate, his brothers, Lamar and them. These are my family now. Right. I'm at motherfucking places, home run in pizza with him and his family. We real family now. And at the end, they got Reggie sitting there with him. He's like, and Lorenz say, all right, with Darius Love, all the characters say, all right, Reg, you good, man? All right. I'm like, all right, Reg, no, that's me. What the fuck? And the movie over. So I'm sitting there, literally in a state of shock, bro. Like, you could have brought the ambulance to get me. Might as well. They roll the credits, and it says, Malik Yusef as himself. MALIKYOSEF as himself. Just one more motherfucking full bag of salt on a motherfucking gashed wound, nigga. I'm like, I had to muster the strength to get up and walk around. People there looking at me like, in the movie, huh?
How was it going back to those grocery stores and all the places that you were waving the flag at before the movie came out? Everybody, were they kind like the norm? Like,
no, everybody. Well, let me say this. This is the fucking craziest part. So everybody in here is like, now everybody's at Reggie. Hey, they sitting at his feet. This may be the Hollywood interpretation, but this is what I saw. They at his feet like, man, Reggie, that part, was that real when you said, yeah, I want some shit with, that's my verse. So I'm like, Malik, be a bigger man. You always learned this shit. You got to be a man. So I walk up, and he's like, wait a minute, everybody. Hey, brother Malik, how you doing? How'd you like the movie? I said, the movie was incredible, man. Congratulations, bro. You out of here, nigga. You didn't snap. You gone.
Right.
Shake his hand. He said, hey, later on, we're going to all commiserate in Hyde Park at this black-owned coffee place. You welcome to come through. I said, okay. I mean, I'm sitting here feeling like I'm made out of lead, nigga. Like,
right.
So I walk, and one of the young ladies in the movie, she's like, she's with her husband, he a big bodybuilder, motherfucker. She's like, this is what I was telling you, this is Malik. She's like, That's bogus what they did in that movie to you. And cut you out, spelled your name wrong. I've been telling my husband about you every day. You one of the nicest persons. You come to work, you professional. She's like, you a beautiful person. She's like, and Reggie, old funky ass and all up in there. I was like, oh, you think the same thing? I think that this nigga is kind of stuffy. And she's like, yeah, fuck him, because you gonna go. Your shit gonna work. I'm like, thank you, sister. It's like, fuck this shit. Fuck these poets and all that shit. And I was like, but this is my community. This is what I thought. So I go down to Hyde Park, check this shit out. The spot is closed, but my intuition say, go across the street to the little motherfucking tavern. They in there, everybody in there's like Reggie night, nigga.
Hold on, back. He gave you the wrong address?
No, he gave me the right one. It was closed though.
Oh, okay.
But he didn't care to correct it.
Yeah.
He got his refill from seeing me in the motherfucking movie theater going. So these motherfuckers over there, he say, hey, you hungry? Want a chicken finger or something? I was like, no, I can't even. I'm fucked up, bro.
Right.
Tomorrow morning, the motherfucking movie come out. Everybody in my family, everybody I fucking know is gonna go to the movie to see Malik. And if they look over if a bitch look over to touch a nigga dick, she ain't gonna even see it shit.
He wasn't in the movie.
Thanks for bringing me to your boy movie. I can't wait, cause I'm so proud of your boy. He was right there. She's like, oh nigga, get your ass out of here. So this is what I'm expecting to happen.
Right.
So I can't even eat no chicken fingers. So I go to the crib. I'm just like, man, God, how'd this happen? I said, well, I guess everybody wins some, lose some, but damn, this is a big loss.
Right.
And they spelled the nigga name wrong, so I ain't even get no pub on the shit.
They never fixed that?
No.
God damn.
So the movie come out as is. So I'm just like, so my phone get to blowing up. It's daytime though, but Chicago, daytime. Lee, seen you in the movie, nigga. I'm like, oh, bet. I saw the fucking wrong version, nigga. So I'm like, I'm going tonight. Call my bitch, hey, we going to see the movie. She's like, we just saw this shit. I was like, no, it's another version that's out. Bitch, what you talking about? Come see your nigga be a star. Don't deny me that.
Right.
I was crying last night. Today, I'm happy.
Right.
I go to that motherfucker. It's like, I ain't drinking no pop. I ain't eating nothing. I'm going to watch this whole motherfucker movie and see my part come on. Now, nigga, Blackstone. It's on. They're like, proud of me. Nigga, it's good. It's up. It's the middle of the day. What the fuck? I literally go outside and say, I think y'all got the old movie from it's y'all fault. Y'all got the premiere version. Start playing the real version. Because say they're like, no, it's only one version. I think. Let me get my manager. I'm like, come over here, manager, homie. How you doing there, brother? Yeah, y'all got the wrong version. Y'all got the sneak preview version without certain people in it. I'm not gonna say no names of the people that's not in it, but y'all got the version without the people. And I know it's, it's probably cheaper to do that. So whatever it costs to change the cartridge, I'll pay that fee so everybody can enjoy the movie, especially in the black community where this movie gonna do well. And they like, no, that's the one.
That's the one.
Like, no.
You offered to pay to change the movie reel out. It's hilarious.
I'm dead serious in this bitch.
Yeah.
But all the time, my phone keep blowing up. Congratulations, Malik. I'm like, oh, you know what? Where you at? San Diego? Bitch, San Diego. We in the wrong city.
We gotta go.
Hit my goof ass on the airplane. Expensive ass flight to San Diego from Chicago. Go to the movie. Same shit. Phone still blowing up. Congratulations, nigga. Boy, my cousin. I seen you. I told people that's my cousin. They like, you don't know him. I'm like, what? I'm like, damn, where'd you see it at? Now again.
You couldn't even be like, send me the clip.
The phone wasn't doing that in 97.
So you had to fly to see.
So I'm like, let me come back home then. Because obviously there's something fucking wrong here. Motherfuckers is like, nigga, you snapped. I'm like, I snapped? What the fuck did I snap on? I'm not even saying nothing in this bitch. What the fuck is y'all talking about?
That's the people in Chicago, right?
This is everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
Canada,
I'm from a small town in
Arkansas.
Nebraska, and I did a background thing one time, and I was a star where I was from. And I was like, what?
See?
Everybody calling, congratulating and shit. I was like, I walked behind Chevy Chase one time for 32 seconds. But
This
you know
is
what?
what
It's
I'm
a different
saying.
perspective outside.
I got to this from expectations.
Yeah.
everybody expected me to be in the movie, so they looked for what they saw what they looked for. Me on the big screen. Yeah. Congratulations, bro. Let me tell you some wild shit, bro. I'm not laughing at this motherfucker, but fuck him though. On Peace Stone. This nigga Reggie thought he was setting me up for failure and setting me up for success. Made me tell everybody in the world. He knew what the fuck happened. He knew I got edited out. Oh, this motherfucker knew my name was spelled wrong in the bitch.
Damn.
Cause Ted Witcher is removed from it. You know, he's just the director. Reggie know every step that's going on. So he thought he set me up to be laughed at.
You ever fuck Reggie up?
See? So before I knew he knew, he reached out to me like, hey bro, we gotta have a love, cause the radio station like, yo, we got Malik coming on, one of the stars of Love Jones. Now this is when the full movie out 2 weeks later. When I'm in this motherfucker for 2.7 seconds, goddammit. The motherfuckers is like, we got Malik on the radio. Ebro, shout out Ebro. Old man Ebro. Now he's hot, Hot 97.
Yeah.
All that shit. But he used to be the program director in Portland. You know this nigga flew me out for a Love Jones Cafe? My first time ever being flown somewhere as a poet. Like, Malik, we having Love Jones Cafe. We need you out here. You ain't heard a word I said in this motherfucking movie, and you seen me for 2.7 seconds. But expectations. Expectations, man. Expect greatness, man. I'm telling you right now, expect every day to wake up as something fucking miraculous, not even something magical, miraculous that you can't explain happen. Set that shit up for yourself. So now Reggie's like, yeah, man, me and you should be connected at the hip. We both the stars of Love Jones. He really a star of Love Jones, but they treat me like the star. He ain't getting no pub, no radio interviews, nothing. I said, yeah, you can be attached at the hip with me. I got something Saturday. He's like, bet, that's what I'm talking about. I said, yeah, slide with me. I'm going to talk to the kids in the projects. I think that's what he want to do.
Right.
I don't fucking know. It's hard to tell when somebody being phony. He is. We not equipped to know. There's no provocation for humans to know when somebody's tricking them. Because it's so few and far between. You meet somebody outside your tribe, you just have to trust them.
Right.
For resources and information. So he comes to the party, he's like, he's like, I wasn't talking about no shit like that, Malik. I'm talking about some of the parties and stuff you go to. I said, oh no, that's something different, bro. This is what I really do. The parties and shit, you be thinking my name be on flyers. I don't be going to that shit.
Right.
So then my birthday, I used to do these big birthday parties. He's like, yeah, you gonna have poetry at since you was in Love Jones, you have poetry at your party? This is like months after Love Jones. I said, no, I have no poetry. I'm having people kicking. He's like, well, you should be able to demand motherfuckers get up and do poetry. Meaning he wants the platform. Pussy ass motherfucker, hoe ass motherfucker. Now I still am unaware that he knew everything. So I'm like, nah, Reggie, y'all can come. I'll give y'all VIP to poets because we all poets. Y'all come to the birthday party. That's invite only. Only the fly. Tyra Banks is coming to this shit. And you know what I'm saying? What the fuck you talking about? BET is the motherfucking sponsor. So a little birdie slides and say, hey, remember Reggie kept telling you to announce that y'all was going to be every poetry event you was at? He was talking about announce it. I was like, yeah. She's like, well, he already knew that you was edited down to nothing. So we had an event.
Shout out to the little birdies.
Shout out to the little birdie. And I ain't saying maybe she was fucking them, maybe she wasn't. I don't know. But that's their business. I ain't gonna say no names. But she was a dope little female, dope little sister who I fucked with real heavy, you know. And I didn't do nothing. I tried to do my best to keep my shit in my pants, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't, I had the opportunity. I ain't do nothing, but, she was bad. And so he slid, you know what I'm saying? Got up with her. Man, look, this motherfucker come down. I couldn't wait till his whole ass came. So I go all the way BPSing crazy on this motherfucker. Pussy motherfucker, I'll fuck your ass up. You could take it in here, go out in the parking lot. We finna dance. And if you cold like you say you is, and God saved lives by making you a poet and you ain't kill nobody, you gonna have to prove all of it today. And this girl that I work with, named, I don't know if I should say her name, but anyway, I worked with her. She's like, Malik, don't do that. That's Reggie Gifts. I said, nah, bitch, you don't even know what's going on here. Stay out this. This motherfucker like, well, I'll tell you what, I'm involved. I said, well, when you leave to go home, I'm going to beat the dog shit out you. If you better not turn your back, so I'm going to kick you in the back and make your spine do something weird. So it's up for you. So this motherfucker there, scared to death. And I did it in front of the cameras and everything that was like filmed, like cameras like this. So I go on stage. Of course, he's dip.
Damn.
And I never saw him again in my life. So one day I was still mad. Heard he moved to Boston. I was in Boston. I did the radio talking about mental health and learning challenges.
Right.
A woman came down. She's like, I've been raising my two nephews because my sister died. And so I was like, this what you do? And it was beautiful. So I go down to Reggie shit. I come, I say, hey, Malik Yusef, I'm willing to pay to get in and whatever. And they was like, nah, there ain't no room. I said, niggas, like 80 chairs here. They was like, yeah. I said, well, tell me something. Is the host Reggie Gibson here? I'm trying to put my best nice guy voice on. Tell me something. Is the famous Reggie Gibson the host here? I would like to hear some of his poetry tonight. I was like, nah, he ain't here. Like, he's the host of this night. Is he not? They was like, the dude looked at me like, Malik, we know who you are.
Damn.
All right. Good one, man. I'm done. I ain't see that pussy motherfucker since then. You know what I'm saying? So it's what it is. And I hope he do hear this because he was wrong for being mean to me, wrong for hating me because I loved him. I looked up to him. I honored him. All I wanted to do was help pillar him. And he was wrong for that. But what he meant for bad, Allah meant for good. It's
Funny
one of the pivotal parts of my existence. I went out, promoted a movie that I was in for 2.7 seconds and became like Mr. Love Jones in this bitch. Like, it's like Lorenz Tate and Malik Yusef is Love Jones in this bitch. It's fucking crazy, bro.
It's funny how God works sometimes.
Come on, man.
Speaking of how God works, man, how'd you get involved working with Kanye, being Chicago,
God, you just said.
Kanye?
You just said God.
You know.
God, man. Really, God in the form of John Monopoly. Yep. I had did the Common album, and Lauryn Hill, we was at the House of Blues when Zion was a baby. I was holding Zion, and she was getting ready for something. I just held him for a few seconds. She was like, I love what you did on the album. You should do a spoken word album. And I'm like, hardy, har. Who gonna listen to it? I wouldn't buy a spoken word album. What the fuck you talking about? A spoken word album? She's like, yeah, you should do a whole spoken word album. But she from Jersey, a little different culture. Chicago, man, I've been and beat somebody up. Come on, check out my spoken word album. But kill your mother. Like, you should do an album. I'm like, nah. So after that, I did the Carl Thomas album where I did the poem on it and people loved it. It's a little different than the Common album. I was somewhat salacious on there too. I'm always salacious, but I'm always profane and sometimes profound, but profane for sure. But on the Carl Thomas album, it was strange because I said the word bitch on the R&B album, which had not been done to that point. They thought God did it. He said, come get it. They said, dumb bitch, but he said, come get it. So I'm talking about streets. My best friend was peddling. My best friend Mike Knox, like we was out here selling dope or whatever. And I'm saying this on the R&B album, and they like, okay, Puff, shout out to Puff at that time and his wisdoms. He made bad decisions afterwards, but I pray he heal. I pray Big Bro heal. And what he did was fucking wrong and terrible. Wrong and terrible. The shit he did to people was wrong and terrible. But he got 50 more years to heal. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
He gonna resurrect that shit. He better get that shit right. So anyway. I do it, and Puff was like, the first one was worse. I was like, talking about fucking raw and shit. Like, I said some shit like, I said, she the only thing, I said, Ramadan, I break fast, but she the only thing I want for dinner. And I run up in her, blindfold and bald head like Yul Brynner, a certified sinner. He was like, that's too much for R&B album. You tweaking. You out your mind. So I dumbed it down to the one you heard on Carl Thomas album. But the crazy part is this, man. Here's the fucking wildest shit. That motherfucking, being on Carl Thomas, shout out Carl Thomas, being on his album allowed Jay-Z to hear me, people like that, because it's a big, shit, 5 million records.
Right.
They hearing spoken word, and I get to tour with Carl, which added another element to my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm on full, I tour with Common, 2 Shout Common, but this is big. This is,
They had you just do the one song, or were you doing other?
I did that poem, and I did another poem where Carl changed clothes. So I would do a freestyle poem to the song Sunshine.
Okay.
Kern, the band director, he was cold, Detroit motherfucker. Sunshine. I do the whole thing. You know, I had, sexy shit.
That's dope.
You know, I just want to take you somewhere like Jamaica and watch your whole body turn brown in the sunshine. I'm like, oh shit, this nigga is freestyling this shit, Birds and bees and flowers. It was crazy, but so I was doing that. It was like a show. So Carl was doing the presentation. We have a couch on stage, bring a bitch on, we drinking this shit, and Carl, hugging bitches, singing from behind him and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? It was lit. So that shit was crazy, right? But it gave me the confidence that I was working on his album, that I was, I guess, a good songwriter or a good assistant. I didn't know I was songwriting at the time. So we had Bad Boy Weekend, and John Monopoly say, man, Malik, you should really do an album. Like this 2 in a row. Like the common shit, wow.
Right.
Julio G in LA playing the shit. And then you got the Carl Thomas shit. You went around the country with this shit, bro. You got to do an album. I was like, John, how the fuck do I supposed to do this? Well, he's like, you get production into an album. What the fuck you mean? You in the music industry, stop acting like this. Because I really didn't understand I was in entertainment. I didn't understand I was in the music industry. I'm still calling myself a poet.
Right.
Man, bro, shout out to Ola. He's like, I got a guy with some money, man. His cousin was, has a relationship with this dude. She was like, yeah, he's got some money. He's like, he want to get behind you. He want to get in the music industry. This is the best opportunity. Now the shit fell apart crazy because dude didn't know what he was doing, and I had no idea what I was doing. And John Monopoly was just John Monopoly. But we made an album though.
That's dope.
And he was like, you got to get a song from my producer, Kanye. I was like, I know Kanye, the dude from Go Getters. He's like, yeah, he's a producer too. So I slid. I told the story before, but I'll tell it again here just for the sake. So I slide over to to Kanye house on a Sunday after the club. He in the ops territory, GD territory. They all GDs and shit. I'm Stone. So I get over there. Got these 2 girls with me. Left the club. We went to breakfast. Now I'm finna go to my crib downtown or whatever and do what I do. Live my life. So I come in. It's a bunch of dudes sitting around. They producing this shit. He's like, oh, Malik Yusef, y'all know him? They like, oh yeah, we know Malik. He played me a bunch of beats. I'm like, I don't do this kind of poetry, this jazz shit, all this shit. I don't do this shit, nigga. This ain't me. Man, boy, this nigga said, I got one for you. Played one. I was like, horrible too. I'm gone. I'll be back. He said, I have one for you Monday though. I said, okay. He said, but wait, I need the money today. He's selling beats for $500, which was unheard of. I said,
this Kanye.
It's Kanye.
Okay.
He said, I'm gonna need the money today though. I said, nigga, you gonna pay you for a beat that I might like? What nigga? Boy, you trying to get me? You extorting me? Y'all niggas trying to rob me because I'm a stone? That's what but you using music to rob me, man. I'll fight everybody in this bitch. I'll fight all you motherfuckers. He like, I ain't say that, but that's how I'm feeling.
Right.
He's like, I was like, bro, I can't do that. I can't pay for it. I thought you were talking to another motherfucker. I can't pay you for no beat that I might like Monday.
Right.
He's like, but you can appreciate this. He said, based on your company, he says, I got a date tonight, and I want to wear Pelly. And Pelly's is $700. You got a lot of them. Pelly's is $700. I got the $200, but I need your $500 so I can complete the transaction. And
I was honest.
He said, yeah. He said, so I can, this girl I really like, and if I got a Pelly on, what's gonna happen with a Pelly. I was like, it's true. Nigga, it's real. He said, and you come back, I promise I'm gonna have a beat you gonna love. He said, now, don't come too early, depending on how night go. I wouldn't advise you to come too early. I said, you know what, nigga?
Yeah.
Half a stack. I'll see you tomorrow.
Right.
He said, I'll call you. Can I get your number? I said, yes, sir. Get my number. I slide, come back later on that day. On Monday, I come in. Wouldn't you like to buy these pretty balloons? And he's like, I changed it up, made this. Wouldn't you? It sounded like when you like to ride, don't it? I was like, oh yeah. That soul sample sped up. I'm like, oh, I love this shit. Yeah, you're right. I do love it. He's like, yeah, you want to do something to this? He's like, because you said you don't like the jazz poetry. You doing like a hip hop beats and stuff. I was like, yeah, that's smart, man. That's smart. He said, who you gonna have on? I heard you having rappers and singers. I said, I'm gonna have on this one, I think I said I'm gonna have, who else? I think I said I was gonna have Avant sing it. And he said, who you gonna have rapping? I said, I'm gonna have Common. He said, ooh, I love Common. I always wanted to do a song with Common. He said, I rap too. Can I be on it? I was like, yeah. But again, going to my habits of always giving people opportunity, always making space for people. I was
gonna say that, yeah.
Always making space for people, always being forgiving of them. If they're genuine, I said, yeah, sure. Man, that's the best decision I made in my music career. Was motherfucking buying the beat from Kanye, letting him be on that motherfucker.
That just seems like watching all the shit about Kanye when he was there, and like that seemed like real fucking Kanye, like just
real Kanye.
He gave you the beat now, like let me get on it.
Let me Kanye, who you putting on? I want to get on with Kanye. I always loved him. Yeah. Now I'll take your money and I'll still be on your beat. Right. So I win all the way around. Yeah. But best decision for me though, MTV Award, toured with that song with him. You know what I'm saying? Video, still getting mileage, going to the clubs in LA where they playing the song.
Right.
It's 2 months ago. Monopoly hit me like, Malik, where you at? I said, I'm at the crib in Chicago. He said, oh man, I'm in a bar in LA, man. Listen to this. Hold on. Go to the speaker. They playing When You Like to Ride in the bar. They don't know John Monopoly even in there. Mm-hmm. He A&R'd that whole song though. He put that whole shit together. For real. So shout out John Monopoly. So that's how I was able to get with Kanye.
Did Kanye ever tell you what happened with the Pelly girl? Did he get them cheeks from buying that $700 shirt?
Wow.
God damn. Was he like, yeah, it worked the next day?
I don't remember. You know what? I'm not that big of a sex tales type motherfucker. I'm not a big motherfucking sex tales type person. I don't vicariate in that way with other men. I'm like I'm a lover boy type nigga. I love you, girl. Yeah, I'm that type of motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Real love Jones.
I'm a real love Jones. I'm real boyfriend type music type shit. I'm all kisses, hugs, love, you know, face to face. Do you need anything? Can I serve you? I'm the type of nigga like that. So Kanye probably wouldn't involve me in those details. You feel me? But it's crazy. You know what's crazy? You said that it does hold true to how he is. Yeah. Like, is there more available for me with this?
Right.
And that's what he's been so successful in his career.
I remember watching a video where he went into every room of that record label and just played whoever the fuck would listen. Yeah. He didn't know who they were. He just played his shit. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this.
You gotta hear Shaka when she tell the story of Kanye at Rock Nation. Boy, she is fucking funny. She's like, Kanye will call you at 11 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock in the morning and don't even care what time zone, what country you in. Listen to this, I got this idea. And that is him.
Right.
That motherfucker called me, man, peace be upon Virgil. He called me 5:30. I was in Atlanta. Like, man, what's up, bro? I was like, geez, bro, sun ain't even up yet, bro. This is like the day after Thanksgiving or some shit. I'm like, gee, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, I can't even cognate the words, bro. Like, what are you talking about, bro? And that was happened to be the day Virgil died, peace be upon him. But that is indicative of who he is. You know, you live by the sword that you die by. People say you live by the sword, die by the sword. No, you live by the sword that you die by. The thing that has given you so much life is Harvey Shankar died on the road. James Brown died on the road. You're gonna live it all the way through. It's okay. You know, you want to have a dragon rider's death. If you're a dragon rider, you don't want to fall and slip in a fucking library. You feel me?
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. You live by this sword. This sword has been so good to you. Let me follow my own sword. I can't beat all you motherfuckers no more. Y'all ain't gonna take me into custody and chop parts of me and shit off, man.
Yeah.
And he lived by it and died by it and resurrected and gonna live by it and die by it again. Cause he always gonna get as much as he can for Ye. And some of it gonna spill out on motherfuckers like me. I don't think Ye had no intention on making me famous. I don't think he did. I think he intended on, man, Malik is one of the coldest writers because he retarded He's crazy. He got ADHD. He got synesthesia. He's autistic. He a weird motherfucker. Look what I got on, nigga. I got on LGBTQ colors and shit the whole fucking day, and I'm hetero, nigga. But I love these colors. Shit makes my brain work.
Right.
So I'm just doing make my brain work, and he takes advantage of it in a good way.
Now, was he on back then? Or was he
No.
It seemed like that was the beginning of his career too.
It was, because he was just trying to figure it out. But during that time frame, he got signed to rock. And then he ran through the budget, which what got me in working with him, to your question, was that one song was good. A lot of people got an A song with Kanye, early Kanye. They bought a song. But none of them turned it into this. So I turned this shit into a whole life.
Right.
But he called when I had my store in the mall. I used to have really dope come through my store and kick it and shit. I had TVs, pool tables. I had the only black-owned store in the Ford City Mall. And shout out Big B, who changed over. Big Beautiful. Peace be upon him. And he say, I need some money. I said, how much you need? He said, 500. I said, okay. Get it from the label. He's like, I ran through my advance. I said, get another. He said, I ran through my second advance. I said, okay. When you need it back, he said, immediately. I said, okay, cool. I had a good year. I put together the 5 and flew out to LA. And that really started my career as a producer, songwriter, but always giving. I've made way more than that now. That 500 is a distant memory for me.
Right.
You feel me?
And was that before he got into the accident or after?
This was right around the same time. Okay. Yep, right around the same time. You know what? You're right, because I was supposed to come to New York with it, and I got to New York, and they was like, you here for Kanye? You got access to go upstairs, but he's in LA. He had a car accident. So I flew out to LA, and that's when we started everything. Cootie I went to high school with Cootie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's all these circles, man, these concentric circles that all interlock. But that's everybody's life. But you got to notice it, though. And you got to be brave enough to take advantage of it. Because see, bravery includes letting somebody surpass you. You have to be brave enough to let somebody go past you. You have to be brave enough that the student can become the master. Because what you don't understand, the white belt theory is that you always starting from zero anyway. You're always starting over. You're always learning from the things you put in place. Always. And people don't get that because we got trauma, especially men. We got traumas with I got to be in control of everything. And relinquishing control for men could mean death. It could mean, a resource gully. Because do I trust you as much as I trust myself? Well, that means I haven't chosen wisely as for a companion. That means I didn't do something right. If I don't feel like you can truly accommodate or have the acumen to make this thing keep fucking going, a motherfucker, so you will always keep motherfuckers under you. And I think Kanye has developed the bravery to let me go out and be Malik Yusef fully. And I don't think he had that ability at the time, but, keep on living. Like my grandpa used to say, keep on living.
So, what would you say is the big difference between when you first started working with Kanye and then when you got to A Life of Pablo, Jesus, the creative process?
Me understanding his particular type of genius and what it's attached to. It's got root elements that's attached to that may be, spurred in nature or dangerous in nature, because he had developed these defense mechanisms around this tree with all this incredible fruit. But if you try to approach it, these motherfucking living roots tell you from limb. So I understand how to approach a Kanye situation and to not only bring and add value, but to also, extrapolate mathematically what his real needs are. Because I'm here to serve him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Kanye West and never will be. He's a superstar. I was at Hove house and Hove said this. I don't know. I would never put out anything that Hove wouldn't want me to say, about our private conversation. But he was like, no, Kanye's the one. Like, no, you, everything you did, you correct. Like, mad at Kanye for what? Well, he don't let you, what? That ain't his job. And I tell everybody, Kanye's job is to not put me in front of him. That's not his job. You know, or to get out the way, I have to swell up so much, Lil Wick, I have to become so powerful that he is happy to let me shine. Because what you don't want to put an unfinished product. What if I get a chance to shine and fuck up? Then now he loses me as a writer, he loses me as a co-creator, he loses me as a co-producer, because I go out here and fall off the cliff. Now I'm no good to either of us. And I don't know if he's doing this consciously or is it just this enigmatic aspect of him that intrinsically understands that process. And people are like, man, you and Kanye get into it all the time. Yeah, I love Kanye though. And Kanye has been one of, or the biggest catalyst for me learning to be, no idea that Malik, you one of the greatest producers, because under the tutelage of Kanye, nigga, he'll tell you, all that shit trash, Leak. Give me the whole shit. I'm erasing all these beats. I'm like, bro, no. It took me 40 days to do these. These ain't shit. And he erased the whole shit, and it's not even his. It's my art. What the fuck? If you did it once, you could do it again. I'm gone. Peace.
I'm gone.
I'm going to Mars with Rihanna. Some shit. What, nigga? What?
Damn. He said Mars with Rihanna.
Yeah.
We got a show on Mars or some shit. That's really for real. And if you can't go through that hardship, you're in the wrong place with him. This not the person for you. This not the person for you. Hey, Malik, I'm in Japan. Come out here. Okay. And who do I call for? Ain't no calling nobody for travel. I said I'm in Japan. You want to talk to Kanye West? You come to Japan. Oh, the ticket happened to be motherfucking $8,700. Damn. Come on, I'm here for 5 days. I get out there. He's like, man, thanks for coming. We finna go have dinner. We leave tomorrow. Excuse me, sir? Is this the part where we just have to go into the street and do the duel and just kill each other? Because that's what this is. You just want to go to Australia because you want to go swimming? And you want me to follow you to Australia?
That's deep.
That's the cost of it.
How did the roles kind of switch though? Because you had a beat, or you were looking for a beat. You were the artist on the beat. You were going to include other artists, and then you went from that role to being now the main producer that helps him finish his projects.
Yeah, but that's just it. Help him finish it, because he gonna start by himself without me. He gonna make sure. And I'm starting this project, and everybody needs to know. Hey, y'all, no Malik, because I'm the king of no. I don't like that. No, I don't like that. So now he just pre-disaster. He say, hey, I want you to hear this. The drums ain't where they supposed to be at, so don't say shit about the drums. But just listen to all this. Now I can't even say I don't like the drums, because he know I'm not gonna like the drums. So now he's got used to me. He's like, I don't even gotta do the drums, because I know Malik will come in like, change this, do this. He know I'm gonna do the work. It's like he's so brilliant how he sets you up. It's like he sets you up for success or failure. It's either one for you. Either you fail or you succeed. If you succeed, you come with him. If you fail, that's where you live over there. you never, your phone won't ring from Ye West no more, nigga. It's over. So it's like you right here, you fall or you fly. Ain't no other choice. You feel me? So being in a space where he utilized correctly this right here, this shit right here, nigga. I was on tour with Ho. Every night I did this, I felt like a superhero.
I heard that.
You saying that people have to let them, being humble enough or whatever, to let them surpass him. Jay-Z sort of had to do that with Kanye and allow Kanye to grow past him in a sense. Not in our friend AD's mind, but in my mind, Kanye's...
let's say music, not rap.
I love Jay-Z, man. I mean, y'all not going to steal that from me.
That's okay, I said.
Y'all not going to steal that from me.
You love Jay-Z at number one, that's fine. You and Complex, y'all got it. It's fine. But I think Kanye, musically wise, is a bigger genius than Jay-Z, and I think Jay-Z allowing him to go do that.
See, that's funny you say that, because I don't think so.
No?
Nah. Like working on 444 with Ho, because I worked on Lemonade with Beyonce, right? Brilliant album. Very grateful for the Grammys. I wish we supposed to got album of the year, but R&B album of the year, I take that. Hove works the least amount of hard on his music than anybody else I've ever met. Like with Kanye, we'll stay up 36 hours, go to sleep for 4, and come back and do another 30. Hove, he like, hey, I'm not disrespecting nobody, man. He's just too good, bro. Hove ridiculous. I mean, Kanye and Hove for me is this. They just have different approaches. Hove would be like, hey, can you get to the studio at 6? Cool. By 10, he'd be like, bet. And we got 3 songs done. Kanye, you'll have 3 months and have no songs done. I'm not bullshitting. You think I'm playing?
No, I've seen the reports. So.
You think I'm motherfucking playing? Kanye will take a whole album and be like, we have some good stuff on here. Yeah, all right, let's start the album for real now.
He's got like warm-up albums to his albums.
Warm-up albums.
That's the practice album, nigga. What did you just say?
Yo, you helped him with all the church stuff? That whole...
The church album?
Yeah.
Hell no.
That kind of thing.
Jesus King?
Yeah, my problem with that
That's
is
the only album I wasn't part of. And I told Kanye, it's funny. I think we was doing Donda, maybe. Or Donda, I don't know. We was doing something. Maybe, was we doing Vultures? I can't remember.
Donda came first, then Vulture is the last one?
Vulture's the last one.
Yeah.
So I can't remember between the two, but me and Kanye was arguing as we always do. Because in his mind, he thinks I plant thoughts in his mind. And I don't. I don't even know maybe I can't have that power. I don't think I have that power though. He's like, yeah, see, Malik be planting thoughts in my mind. No, bro, I'm just also reading the patterns that you thinking on. I'm just thinking like you. So I jump a couple steps ahead as opposed to meandering in the malaise that he enjoys, creating his universe with these substances in his mind. He makes these sculptures. I just like, let me jump to the end where we're doing the motherfucking sculpture reveal. Yeah. I'll just jump ahead and then reverse engineer how we got here and tell you how we got here. Now we good. Now we can do an album in 14 days. He's like, nah, that ain't what I want. I want to go through this process. Yeah. I want the pain. I want the torture. I want to suffer. Suffering is the curriculum of the soul for him. You feel me? And he wants to do that. And he wants to take you with him. Me, I don't want to go. Yeah. Can I go back to Jay-Z sessions where we just work for 6 hours and go home? What happened to that? Why we got to do this part? Damn. Why we got to do this part, bro? Why you got to have the whole album ready and then be like, Malik, listen to the album. Ha, 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 ha. How you like the album, Malik? I hate it. Oh, man. That's so sad to hear that. So now you got to stand here every day forever and make a whole new album. But that's what he wants to do, though. He's so genius at getting, but he has some things that people that would have learning challenges do. He has separation anxiety. So he doesn't like to come to an end of an album.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's human nature, especially for males, right? Because you get the hit from the struggle. The dopamine hit comes from the hunt. After you eat, that's why Tom Brady be like, I'm unretired, nigga.
Right.
You got all the rings, bro. And you win, you feel good. The dopamine starts to decrease, and you need to hit again. It ain't the money, and it's the dopamine, because the dopamine comes from nature saying, go get food for your family. I'm gonna give you a hit of this feeling. So look back at the people you love, these children, these women, your other homies, and because you're the best hunter and you're the fastest, and you're gonna get out there, and you're gonna be able to see where they at, and you're gonna be able to run back and tell us, and the other hunter's gonna come with you. And I need to give you dopamine to get to it. The lion needs dopamine to go out. The male lion he don't hunt. He don't kill. He don't kill prey. He definitely hunts, but he hunts the strategy. He goes and he smells. Okay, this is where the gazelles are. This is where the gnus are. This is where the Cape buffalo are. By the scent of the urine, he traverses that landscape. He has to have the He has to have the caloric intake, and he has to have the dopamine hit to be 2 miles away from where the pride is. Knowing that I'm gonna feed everybody, God damn it. That's why it's so easy for bitches to get you on OnlyFans, because as men, we want to take care of people. That's part of the matrix of how the chemistry works. We live our life through the reward of dopamine. That's why you can root for your favorite team or whatever. So when the lion comes back, walks another 2 miles back, say we moving the whole pride over here. He ain't ate nothing. He ain't drank nothing. He moving everybody over here, this mile away, and then he gonna tell the other lion, this their migration pattern, blah, 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 blah. You don't see that happening because they don't use English. They use signals. It's like, this is it. So now, because he can't afford to be chasing the gazelle and hurt his hand, because everybody gonna be hyena food now. He can't afford to hurt this paw right here. He can't afford to be like, let me get this, I'm sure you get this. Nah, bitch, you get the gazelle. Because you smaller than me, you faster than me, and if you get hurt, I still can take care of you. If I get hurt, we all dead. On Peace Stone. So the dopamine comes from even attempting to act. When I was addicted to gambling, my counselor told me, like, no, you're addicted to the chance of winning. Every time you go, dopamine rushes. Did it hit? Boom. Nope. But still, one more chance. Nature gives you a reward. We designed to get that reward. So Kanye gets the reward off saying, Yandi coming. The rush. Everybody like, oh shit. Everybody get ready. Get your flights, bro. Let's go. Hov is a little different because he got other businesses that he like to do. He getting that dopamine from those businesses. So the album for him is smooth and easy. It's a bit of a release. Then the tour come, he do it. It's all for him structured in his business. For Kanye, it is his life. Even though it's not just music, it's creating. Because Kanye's more than a musician. Motherfucker genius in all kind of shit. Just like Hov, a genius in all kind of shit. But we don't see his real hard path. The arduity of making an album is one he doesn't rely on. For Kanye, the arduity of making an album, because it's the Donda process. You know, it's the Donda process, the Donda exercise that we have with everybody around. It feels him. He can pick on people and tell people and kick shit over. Twice you done seen it. Kicking over motherfucking whiteboards and shit, telling motherfuckers fuck them and get the fuck out of here. I'll tear this whole motherfucker down. We was at the motherfucking Benz thing. This motherfucker leaped onto the owner of the place. And I had to make a decision to either grab Kanye, which was gonna be bad, or grab dude. So I decided to grab dude and get him away from Ye. Like, you better hold him back, Malik. I'm like, got him, bro. He's like, I'm not scared of you, Mr. Kanye. I'm like, boy, Kanye will flow your ass. Do not, this motherfucker will flow your ass. Do not talk that shit, bro.
Now, last thing about Kanye before we move on. I got a theory.
Come on.
Ever since he started wearing the masks and the gloves and the square shoulders, I don't think it's Kanye all the time.
That's very interesting.
I think there's another dude. Like, why, if you're Kanye, would you even get on the fucking stage anymore? Just send another dude. If I'm in a full all-black outfit, it could be anybody. Is it Kanye? Or is he pulling stunt doubles on us? Because you ain't seen his mouth move behind that mask. He got square shoulders. Anybody could be that. You know what I mean? I think Kanye is duping us, but in a way that I love, because if I was on that level, I wouldn't do a fucking concert either. I would send somebody out there in that Kanye gear.
You and I are liking that. I would love to do like Jabberwockies. You don't know who the Jabberwocky is.
Right.
But Ye ain't built like that.
He want it.
He want it.
Since you know
He
both
want
of
it
them, how would you say JC and Kanye's relationship is today, 2024?
Not sure if there is one. Not sure if there needs to be one. I think that when it's time to come together, they will. You know, I don't think that there's true bad blood between, from Jay-Z's part to Ye. I think Ye loves to create enemies. I think it's fun for him. I think it's a game for him. I think it's boss level fights for him. The real question, I think I'll reframe your question on my behalf, is do they love each other? Yes. Are they brothers? Yes. I don't think I'm Kanye's friend. I love him. He's my brother, and he's been a brother that has been most fortuitous for me. I don't think I would have a relationship with Hov were it not for Ye. It's possible, but it's unlikely. So Ye is the impetus of so many great things in my life, that even in enemy mode, he's still a better friend to me than people I've known my whole life.
Wow.
One other GOAT, you may say, that you work with is Jay-Z's wife, Beyonce. What's that process like? How's it going through? I mean, you were on Lemonade. You did some other shit with her. Yeah. What's that like? Give it to the Beehive.
I think, shout out to the Beehive. They always support me. I love them, man. Them sisters over there and dudes over there too. They support me so much. It's really crazy how they've embraced me. I grew up gangbanging and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, flat out, bunch of arrests, all that shit. And I think one of the things that we, as a society, fail to realize about women, black women in particular, is that motherhood is so fucking difficult. And to balance that with a career of any magnitude, but especially where you're maybe the most famous person in the world, you know how fucking difficult that is? To also pour into your child who may feel that a shadow has been cast upon her. Like, Blue is the sweetest. She's so kind, but she couldn't be a different type of personality and have Beyonce as a mama. She had to be this perfect personality type to have Beyonce as a mama. She had to be able to, and I'm not gonna say no names, but I think other people that had a super famous mama, they didn't make the transition. They became popular in their own right and maybe even famous. They may not be in music, they may be in acting or something like that or other fields. I don't think they transitioned as well and are well-rounded as Bluey is. Special person, but if you know her daddy and you know her mama, you're gonna expect to see her be this way. Stories that Jay-Z shared with me about his upbringing also give me a lens on which to view why Beyonce was important as a wife. Because when we was young, we was like, why would Jay-Z ever get married?
Right.
Because the litany list of women and to just see it happening. When you go to Club Bed or Club Jet and you see, like, that's old girl from this new movie that's finna come out, and she's
technically he told us he would never give his heart to a woman.
He did say those things, but
forever macking.
Yeah, but she a different kind of breed of human.
Beyonce came.
Especially for him, right? Especially for him, that kind of person who has the dexterity to deal with basically the king of rap, damn near the king of America. I mean, who else would be over him? Barack Obama, maybe. As black people,
right?
Like, who would be? Who could you say is a contemporary or a peer to Jay-Z?
There used to be one, but he's
right. He's
having a rough time now.
Falling on hard times because of his bad choices, and we all make bad choices. I just pray that my bad choices, I've never done anything like that shit, but my bad choices don't get propagated into the world in that way. You know what I'm saying? He did everything to deserve that, though. You understand me? But who would you put and equate with bro, right? And then to have his counterpart be that big and him to allow that. And not only that, like Hov, they came from vacation. He was showing me pictures that he was taking. He's her photographer, nigga. Like, be serious. What? No, you gotta understand this shit. Like, she did a whole album cussing him the fuck out, which I was a part of the album, and I was like, I should not be on this album. She said shit I didn't know she was saying. Please forgive me. Hey, I didn't know about this. Ignorance of the law is no excuse, but goddamn it, I didn't know she was saying all this shit on this album. And for him to come back and say, yeah, you right. You was mad, you cussed me out. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna make a whole album about how sorry I am. Come on, man. A billionaire? He been a billionaire a long time.
Right.
He just didn't report it. That motherfucker was trying to hide it because he's smart. Like, I'm only responsible for what I report to the IRS, not what I got. When that shit came, I hit him when it came out. I like, congratulations, you're a billionaire again. He hit me back with, oh no, with the laugh. Because he knew what I was saying.
Right.
Stop playing. But to have her go ballistic, we don't let women cuss us out in public. American men, we don't let women tell us we wrong, that we hurt them. They get a few minutes and we say, okay, that's enough. That's enough.
Man,
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Okay, you said you forgive me. Stop talking. That's what we do as men. Especially when we don't let black women be in pain in front of everybody because it's an indictment against us, right? So for him to just sit back and let this shit happen, bro, and then come back and re-apologize was an amazing thing. And her process of creativity is probably the most storied of any artist ever. Maybe save Michael Jackson. I would say ahead of Michael. Like the dance routine. She's a better dancer than Michael Jackson.
No, I can't.
I don't know much about dancing.
I can't let you throw that out there like that. That's a wild accusation. She can only. She's probably throwing out all of his moves. Like he created the moves we talking about.
I'm gonna go on and tell you. So
Beyonce is not a better dancer than Michael Jackson.
Go ahead.
No. So there's a story. So my half sister, she did Single Ladies. She was doing Single Ladies. She was working with Beyonce. Now the girls
that's
there.
A huge one right there.
Now I'm just telling you what she told me. So she said the girls were there for 2 weeks, learning the dance moves and everything. She said Beyonce, because they're gonna shoot the video. Yeah. She showed up the last 3 days, and the first thing she said, "Y'all not in heels yet?" Oh no, we in heels today. Her first day, she in heels, and I guess that's a big thing when you dance in heels and do it.
I was going to say Michael Jackson couldn't do nothing he did in heels.
Yeah, and so
what you talking about, man?
And tell me which dance move that Beyonce created.
Let me just go on and finish the story.
Amalgamation. Go ahead, AD.
Let me go on and finish the story. She said by the end of the day, she was doing the dance better than them, and these are professional dancers that's been dancing for 2 weeks.
Understandable.
And she learned everything within a few hours right then. By the end of the day, she the best one doing it. And she leading them, telling them, nah, come on, let's go on beat,
I am not saying that Beyonce can't dance. I'm not saying she's not a good dancer. I'm not saying she's not great at what she does. I'm not saying she doesn't push people. I'm not saying Beyonce's not one of the greatest people of all time. But to disrespect Michael Jackson in a sense that anybody can outdance him that's ever lived is crazy.
See, the fact that you go
can
right to the fact.
Michael Jackson.
So let me tell you what the word respect means, just so you could get it, so we can have a clear understanding of what this debate is. Right? Respect. Means to do again. Repost, respect, relapse, do all over again. Right? Spec means to look. So to disrespect means that we didn't pay attention to Michael Jackson, and I grew up paying attention to Michael Jackson because he was a superhero to me. Right. Still is. My brother's deaf. I'm doing a book called I Learned to Hear Through a Deaf Man's Ears. Because he would put the boom box, thank God of the invention of the boom box, put it to his jaw so his brain could feel the vibration of Michael Jackson music. And I would sign the words to him through American Sign Language, tell him what Michael Jackson was saying, not just the words, but the inflections too. So Michael Jackson, I had to study, I had to be studied of who Michael Jackson was, and was going to be, okay? Michael Jackson was an innovator. I would not say he's an inventor because in the swing scene, moonwalking was there. You can go back and look at videos of black movies and videos, moonwalking was there. He innovated them and put them in a particular lens from which people to view him through. I don't think he invented any particular move. I think all these moves from culturally, which Americans don't get to see, because America makes you give up your magic, right? when Norwegians come here, they give up Thor and Odin for Jesus. They give up their primary ethnic regalia for a suit. You remember when we was kids, you see a movie with somebody's Russian cousin. He comes over from Russia and people walking down the streets of New York, they laughing at him. Ha, 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 ha. Then his cousin grabs him, takes him into a suit store. He comes out all bespoke. Yeah. But you got to give up your magic. Every culture has to give up their magic that comes to this country. The Germans have to give up their magic. They can't wear the shorts with the fucking suspender. I don't know the right term or not, but they got to give up that. Everybody got to give up their magic to be American, to be this homogenized, componentary concept. All these components come together to make this concept of America. America's not a melting pot. This bitch is a motherfucking diverse like a salad. You know what I'm saying? Here's the cucumbers over there. This shit is not real. It's not. Everybody don't get to bring their culture in and it be respected equally. So
that's a decent analogy.
To my
salad.
point, Michael Jackson was an innovator, not an inventor, because these dances existed. Have you ever seen Baryshnikov? Maybe like white people can't dance. It's a fucking lie. I've been all over the world. Baryshnikov could damn near fly. He could damn near, you don't think ballet is dancing? Are you fucking crazy? That's what's called ballet dancing. But they said that to white people, like white people don't dance because they don't want you doing what niggas do because your kids need to work in a sweatshop in 1852. And they bet not dance because they ain't got enough money for food to pay for those calories that it take to dance. You have been on vacation and you see the little European white kids dancing all fucking day, all night, boogieing, getting down. You're like, these little motherfuckers. But the American white kids be like, I can't dance with a badge. I can't dance. No, because you've learned culturally that's unacceptable because that's what niggers do. That's what the fucking Mexicans do. That's what the Filipinos do. And you are different and better. So that's false, first of all, that Michael Jackson invented some shit because human movement been here for as long as there's been humans. Because we didn't have to dance, or did we? We didn't have to sing, or did we? Is that part of life? Is that part of the experience of the joy of life? Is that life quality? Yes, quality of life. Dancing, singing, commiserating with one another.
Is big when you look at those blue zones too. In the blue zones, dancing, singing, staying active till you get older and older and older, being in a community.
Where the centennials are.
That's
where
where
the centennials are, they do all the shit.
Exactly. They dance for a long They go out dancing when they're 80. They remarry when they're 75. They keep partners. They keep. I know what you're saying.
Because the calf is the second heart.
Yeah. Ooh, tell them. We talked about the second brain. Tell them about the second heart,
the calf.
That shit's what pumps it all
calf
back
help
up.
Just push it, brings it all the way back from the bottom, all the way up. That's the second heart. You got to keep that shit loose, limber. And if that's people that got knee problems, you really got calf problems, which makes you have ankle problems, make you have toe problems, which makes you have poor circulation. But they don't teach you that shit in school. Why would they? So to my point, Beyonce, the shit she doing, like I say, Michael Jackson was cold as fuck. Prince cold as fuck too. Some people say James Brown better than Michael Jackson. You know, some people say Hammer is better than James Brown. It's a matter of opinion. It's subjective, right? But I don't think Michael Jackson could do none of the shit he was doing in heels. Beyonce out this motherfucker. No, I mean,
he did it in loafers.
He did some loafers.
He did some motherfucking loafers all day.
I ain't gonna front. The penny loafers was the lit when I was a kid. You got you some motherfucking penny loafers. You was upstairs, boy. You was upstairs. So I just don't think that, like, Beyonce, you know, again, Beehive, you know, when I was doing Sandcastles, it's a long story, I ain't gonna go into that, but when we was doing Drunken Love Remix, that was the first time I really produced a song for Beyonce. Drunken Love Remix was the first time I ever produced a song for Beyonce. Like, deliberately, like, knew I was producing the song for Beyonce. Because Sandcastles didn't exist yet. We did Drunken Love Remix. So I was like, let's put this, you know, and just like, all you hearing this, without music being on, I've been drinking. I would say the most distinctive voice in the history of music for a woman, for me, is Beyonce Knowles. That alto, because usually our big singers be sopranos.
Okay.
Our big famous women that we love, They be sopranos.
Yeah, Beyonce.
Malik.
An alto.
Okay, go on.
She a motherfucking alto, bro. Like it's like we don't never make altos famous. But she's so cold. Shorty sis so dope that we said, go ahead and be a famous alto. We don't get that. Church maybe. Not famous.
So Malik, since you did mention Drunken Love, I was curious. So Future said that's his work. Is it his work?
I mean, I don't think Future gonna lie. What would it behoove him to lie? He don't have no credit on the song.
Right.
And I don't know that Beyonce takes people's songs without giving them credit. She'll take the bulk of your song because she Beyonce.
Right.
And not
but
even
that's in your face though.
You're gonna give it to her.
Right. Oh, all
and
day.
you're gonna be happy.
Absolutely.
Hey, Beyonce, can I keep 1%? She's like, yeah, baby, keep you 1% of your shit. So I don't know if that happens or not. And I mean, I do think that creatives, the creative content of the universe is going to be moving at a certain space, on certain Lagrange points where if you are creative, you tap into that space.
Right.
Your antenna taps into it. So some songs come out in the same time frame that sound similar. I think that. But I don't think Future is lying. I think he really believes what he's saying.
Yeah.
But I just don't know Beyonce to deny it.
I heard his version.
You heard his version?
I heard his version. He got a decent complaint going.
Yeah, good complaint. Okay.
He got a good complaint going.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, but I was just curious what you thought about it. And the other thing is that you talked about the difference of Kanye being in the studio, Jay-Z being in the studio. How was Beyonce when it come to creating a song?
Beyonce questions. She raised a lot of questions. She wants to know intent. She wants to know the elements involved. She wants to know your interpretation because she's going to give you what she give you, but it's going to be based on a collection of information that she has. And she's going to distill that down into the Beyonce version, which is, she the queen bee. Like, what it is.
I love it.
Real quick, because you're very fashionable. Did you ever work with Virgil in any fashion stuff?
Yeah, Virgil was an intern for us for a long time. I love Virgil. Peace be upon him. Yeah. Virgil Abloh, we collaborated on a bunch of stuff. I think I first person to ever commission his artwork. I might be the second, but I think I'm the first person to ever commission him as an artist.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have any great Virgil stories?
Tons.
Oh, give us one. Give us the one you ain't shared.
Oh, wow. Some of them are very private, obviously.
Okay, if they private, not those.
Yeah. But Virgil worked hard to get where he was, man. It wasn't no overnight. It wasn't no fly-by-night shit. It wasn't just because he knew Kanye. A lot of people know Kanye.
Right.
A lot of people know Kanye. But I'll give you the one that I don't know if I've ever shared this before. But Virgil came up with the Pyrex because he was very fascinated about street culture and the underground economy and black market money, which we call the dope trade. And Pyrex was something that was a big part of it, those clear glass pots. And he said, man, I'm doing a clothing line. You're going to love this. I said, what is it? He said, it's going to be called Pyrex. I said, that's crazy. That's insane. Because I had a concept of having a thing called Pyrex Radio. This before the radio stations had diversified and you could kind of play other stuff. Like they don't play enough street music or whatever. Now I think it's overdone. But at the time, I was like, man, I got Pyrex Radio. Like, I'm going to do Pyrex Radio. He's like, yeah, I got Pyrex. And I'm going to be using these public domain art pieces just on the shirt. So that's going to be crazy, right? So then, this was when the world was supposed to end, and then Superstorm Sandy came to the East Coast and blew the shit apart. So he had a benefit concert. It was like a concert that the concert no one could ever afford.
Right.
Like Billy Joel, Kanye, Rolling Stone, Sting, you could never afford this concert. And when Kanye came from backstage, he had on the hoodie, the first Pyrex hoodie. And I took a picture of it like, oh shit, this starting the movement for you, Virgil. This is gonna start the movement. This is, I think, 2012, so you're talking about 22 years ago. 2012, yeah.
2012?
Yeah.
That's 12 years.
No, 2012, it's not 12 years. It's 2024.
It's 12.
Yeah.
2012 is 12 years from now.
Oh, 12 years, my fault.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about, my fault, I'm sorry. Excuse my math. That's what happened. But so 12 years ago. And so he came back from backstage and ready to go on stage. I said, let me get a picture of you. I took the picture of Kanye and I posted and I said something like a small caption on it. And a dude came, he had means, came backstage with his son and said, my son wants to buy the sweatshirt off Kanye's back, the hoodie off Kanye's back. He give you $500 for the hoodie. Virgil said, give me $5,000. Dude said, okay, it's a deal. $5,000.
That was, damn. Was that the first piece of article?
First piece.
Wow.
Nobody had ever seen it before. I put it on my Instagram. I was the first person to post it.
You still got the picture?
I still got this on my Instagram now.
Oh, okay.
It's
I'm
still.
gonna check for that.
Yeah, still. It's way down there in 2012, but nobody had posted it yet. And Virgil was just like, he took a bunch of pictures and stuff, but he hadn't posted anything yet. Kanye's very funny about posting stuff with him in it and whatever. So that was the start.
That was the beginning. That's dope as hell.
Of Pyrex. And it made Virgil he made a lot of money. Made him very famous.
So you started selling that shirt after that? Or that sweatshirt after that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he did?
Oh, yeah.
And Pyrex was, I don't remember Pyrex though.
Pyrex where?
Yeah, I don't remember that.
The cooking pot?
No, I know what it is, but yeah. I don't remember. I'm gonna
the clothing line.
Yeah, I'm gonna go reach back and look for the clothes.
They sent them 5 billion cease and desist.
Oh, for real?
Because they own the name Pyrex.
Oh, that makes
trademark.
sense.
It's copyrighted trademark name. They made the name up.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so he had to stop using it.
Oh, okay.
He made a grip off of it though.
Whoever got them you got one of them sweatshirts?
Oh yeah, I got sweatshirts, t-shirts.
That thing might be worth a fortune now.
Probably is. Yeah.
So Malik, before we get out of here, we just want to get your thoughts on the Kendrick and Drake beef.
It's multifaceted, man. Like most things we're dealing with humans are, multifaceted. It's hard for me to really chime in on rap beefs in that way because a lot of it is gymnastics. You know, when Common was beefing when Cube said some shit that was negative about Common, we from Chicago, when somebody say something, we at war. It's not. Yeah. It's cool. You could say something. We at you. We at everybody. You know, goddamn it. Blackstone, nigga. Fuck you talking about. Everybody that's on your deck, everybody's in danger. Like, if you don't want this, don't kick it off, because we gonna set this shit off. Ain't no summer block parties, ain't no motherfucking barbecues, nigga, in your neighborhood, or mine either. But that's what we willing to do. We willing to have that, because you gonna be shutting the fuck up. You're gonna be keeping me the fuck up out your mouth. So when Cube and them said that, Cube has my favorite rap song of all time. Today Was a Good Day. That's probably the best rap song ever written. It's just a beautiful story, and it's been studied and so on and so forth. So when we get into it with him, that's also, in my mind, putting us into it with, you know, his, what I think was called Gorillas in the Mist, his guys, Shorty and them, and then Mac 10 and WC,
yeah,
and all his guys. So Common ain't really got no rap coalition like that, but he got us, and we really do this. We really, motherfucking really put that shit down. Like we really fighting police and really, and shit out. Really going down these blocks and really shooting out the car backwards type shit. We really doing this. So we like, oh, this is dangerous. So we in Atlanta, in the underground, used to have a place called the Underground in Atlanta, Underground Mall. And we there with the sisters from TLC, Chili and Left Eye, Peace Be Upon Lisa, and T-Bars. And we there, I think we had Hooters or something. Common's pretty popular. He's friends with the sister from En Vogue. He making his rounds as a kind of a star.
Right.
And one of the homies say, "Is that Cuban though?" And of course, I'm like, blood immediately in my mouth. I'm like, oh yeah. So we run up on them. They're like, oh, what's up? And the comment is coming, but we run up like, what's up with y'all? This shit y'all was talking. And like, what? Well, shit y'all was talking. You know, y'all gotta do it now. They like, nah, man, that's entertainment. I'm like, sir? You can say some shit that you don't mean. It's like, this entertainment, man. I hope y'all made money off this shit. He's like, yeah, we dropped the whole song. You ain't hear us dissing you? He was like, nah. I was like, you ain't hear when Common said, you backed into a four-corner hustler? He a foe. We stoned. He's like, nah, I ain't hear none of that, man. He said, I'm making movies. And so I'm getting to movies. This thing, he's having a conversation with us like, nigga, after he done said, go back to Chicago, pussy whip bitch. I'm like, what? Nigga, no, why are we talking instead of fighting? I'm not even cognating this. This should be, the TV camera should be seeing this week. I'm finna, nigga, every time I get, what? He like, nah, man. I said, you hear Common say, so every time you come out, Joe, I'm gonna talk about you till you let that bitch that's in you walk up out you. He was like, that's nice verse. I'm like, no. That's a nice
He's
verse.
gonna be angry.
Fight. Now, what are you talking about? I gotta go back home and tell niggas we saw you and it went and we I flipped motherfucker upside down. I can't go back home and say we had a nice conversation in Atlanta with Ice Cube and them.
Right.
And Common got over there like, what's up now, boy? And I was like, nah, he telling us some shit. I'm like, nah, bro. He's like, what? I was like, he's telling us some shit. He's like, man, it's entertainment. Y'all in the entertainment industry. I was like, but you said that pussy, you said pussy with bitch though. You said the words, pussy and bitch together. And you can't say that. He's like, it's entertainment. I don't mean that. I don't know y'all. He said, make some money off that song, man. You know, we almost in tears, niggas. We been fighting every day. We almost in tears, nigga. We can't believe this shit. We like, okay. So what do we do now? He's like, we finna go. Ain't y'all going to Jermaine Dupri party? We here for that too. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Damn.
You gonna just see us tomorrow? Excuse me, sir, just for clarity, is that the part we fight? Like, no, why would we fight at Jermaine Dupri party? Get in there and get some resources. It's like, what the fuck? So that's why I'm looking at.
Right.
Because I knew that if Chicago ever got into the rap game, beefs was gonna be deadly, like they are.
Right.
Because our gang structure is totally different. Ain't no Hollywood there. Ain't no transition points where you connect that. You opping is up. So I knew that these shorties was gonna have that situation. That's why we was always afraid for the music industry to come to Chicago. We lost so many youngins, you know what I'm saying?
King Von.
Peace be upon Vonnie, my man. Duck, peace be upon Duck. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many shorties, you know what I'm saying? Like, Blood Money. I mean, I could go down a list of the shorties. I'm sorry, them grave. I promise you on Stone, it's just, it hurts because they don't understand we in entertainment. And it's still hard for me sometimes too. Don't get me twisted. If I say something about me, I'll be ready to crash this shit.
Right.
I had a fight. Somebody gave me a negative write-up in a magazine on Common's album. Sound like I was a slow version of Roscoe Pico Train. Motherfucker showed me, when my Brooklyn homie said, that's the dude that wrote that in the such and such magazine. I scuffed his ass in the club. Wop, 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 wop. All under the table, pulled the motherfucker out the table. I'm on that.
Right.
Because I don't know no fucking better. You know what I'm saying? This entertainment. So now that I'm learning this is entertainment, I'm seeing it different. Like,
right.
I can make money now because I let go of that. Got to be 100% authentic, real, and shit like that.
Right, right.
For me, I do have to say the shit that I really did. I have a hard time saying that shit. But now I can write for somebody. I can write for a Beyonce that's a woman. I can write a song for a woman to sing. I didn't have that ability. I can write for Snow and Lager. I can write a song for a woman to sing. I used to didn't have the ability to write a song for a woman because it wasn't my lived life experience. You feel me?
Right.
So fast forward to the actual question with Drake. Everybody know I love Drake. Everybody know I love Kendrick. I got a song with both of them. You know, I got a couple songs with Drake. One with Kendrick. I love Kendrick as an artist. One of the best. Started off as a poet, much like myself. I was there the day he received Key to the City. And his teacher, his English teacher, was saying how Kendrick started off as a poet. You know, Gucci, me and Gucci may talk about that because Gucci started off as a poet too.
Gucci Mane?
Oh. That's shocking.
Yeah, he's a poet. This is why it's shocking.
I mean, you know, it's a different kind of music.
I don't do the push-up, I do the cush-up? Come on, man.
I mean, I like Gucci Man. I ain't fighting Gucci Man. I fuck with Gucci.
Yeah, Gucci Man a monster. I
fuck with Gucci.
I love Gucci for real.
But anybody hear Gucci Man is a poet, they gonna be like, nigga, I don't know about that.
I mean, but he entertainment now. He's entertainment.
Yeah.
So my thing with that is that, you know, I have some problems with some of the tropes. The light skinned nigga shit, you know, I don't like that part. Yeah. You know, I don't like that. He light skinned, he mixed, he can't say nigga. He ain't from the hood. Yeah. Okay, listen, let me say something. Everybody's doing this to get the fuck up out the hood.
For sure. And don't want to come back. Don't want to go back.
When I did CNN episode with the gangs with Dirk, shout out Vic Mensa, shout out Fireman, shout out Do or Die. That was in my episode, you know, Lyric. All the people that's in my episode on the CNN shit, which I won an Emmy for. I think 2 Emmys, But anyway, I was on my block. I was in my neighborhood and feeling like a foreigner on a block that I put the reputation on. Feeling like a foreigner. I'm at nighttime, I'm like, man, I don't know who live in this house, who visiting, whose car this is. I don't know none of this shit. I'm a foreigner. Now, it ain't that I don't go back to Chicago all the time. Still at nighttime, the block I grew up on looked different because that ain't my house no more. Somebody else live there. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that being said, I understand Kendrick, people feeling like Kendrick, a lot of people that I know in Compton, because I beat through the hoods, you know, don't feel like Kendrick represents Compton. Right now. This is today.
Okay.
I'm not talking about
when he first got started.
Right now.
Right now.
They're like, well, what's Kendrick? And I don't know if it's in Kendrick's spirit to do anything but be a broadcaster of our plight. You know, maybe he does have a foundation or something that helps Bompton. Maybe he does have things in play to help people. Maybe he does have a scholarships fund. I don't know, but that's how I gauge a man. I gauge an artist different than I gauge a man. My art and my manhood are intertwined. That's the truth. You know, I may be a little bit exaggeratory with some of the stuff, but not much. Like the sexual stuff. These girls, when we was in Germany, me and Kanye, these girls called me a studio gangster. They're like, where's all the sex and stuff that's happening? Where's this, that? I was like, oh yeah, I'm a studio gangster. I'm just saying that shit, bitch. I don't know you. I don't need no head in the booth. I really don't. Yeah, no. I got a wifey. I don't need head in the booth from you. So yeah, I'm a studio gangster in that respect. I'm over-aggrandizing the sexual proclivities and shit. It's not real. So if that's what you came here looking for, you're looking to get buzzed down by some rappers, we not that. We trying to figure it out. Maybe if it's Jay by himself or something, I don't know. But that's what he was in a relationship too. So it's like, nah, I mean, that's fake. You right, bitch. But the other shit is authentic. You know what I'm saying? The part that matters is authentic. So I do also understand that I don't have a super personal relationship with Drake. We do have a good relationship, even through the Ye shit. You know, we had a good relationship. But was I ready to motherfucking fire shots at him on the entertainment side? 100%. Because Ye is my main guy.
Right.
That's my main guy. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I heard a motherfucker about Ye. And everybody know that. You know what I'm saying? It's not a secret. I love bro. So if it's between Ye and Drake, you already know what side I'm on. You know? But I do respect Drake because Drake has put me in good position. I have songs with Drake, obviously. I like being around Drake. He is funny. Whatever people are saying about him fucking your bitch or whatever, look, man, if you got a woman that's your bitch and she fucks somebody else, is she your bitch? No.
Right.
And you want to protect that because you're a man. That's just manhood, right?
Game is game.
You want to wait till she comes to her senses and get the cocktail out of her because this whole thing that Drake is this man or whatever. But if your bitch lying with Drake, look, my bitch lying with you, keep her. I'll give you a list of instructions of what she like.
And all her clothes,
and
her
everything.
toothbrush,
You know what I'm saying? I got a verse. I say, if my bitch lie with you, you can keep her. I always knew she was a keeper. That's what I'm on. So with Drake's situation, I don't like the whole he can't say nigga, because I mean I know some of his people in Memphis. I know his daddy.
Right.
You know, and was he raised fully in Memphis? No. You know, but you could be raised in Compton and never come outside. You could be raised in Bompton, as we say, the Stones and the Bloods. We say Bompton, and never come outside. Not that Kendrick went outside. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But I knew Top Dog when I first was doing my first record deal. I went to TDE. My first ever deal went to Top Dog.
I didn't even know that.
Shout out Top. Yeah, I went, and Top. We was doing. I'm going to do a deal, but I had money, so I didn't need a deal like that. I'm like, how do I do a deal where I just own everything? Because you give me $300,000, no. Why would I do that?
Right.
Five album deal for you own your publisher. 300. No, what? For 300,000, I spent that last month. What am I? No, I'm not doing that. So not that Top was trying to stick nobody. He good dude. I love Top Dog, man, for real. But my thing is, I'm gauging you at this point in my life. I'm gauging you on a different set of metrics. I appreciate Kendrick coming out with the chains on to represent the struggle of black men in the diaspora, but Africa to hear transatlantic slave slavery. I love that he approaches that well. And I hate that Drake said, you act like you're trying to free all the slaves. That's not for you to say, my nigga. Don't, man, it's not that's a touchy subject, homie. You know what I'm saying? Don't play with that like that. I know you dissing Kendrick directly, but it affect that there's a couple different things like personal oppression and then communal oppression. You know what I'm saying? So all these different things, but also like, we're not in a space where you get to air your personal feelings about somebody's actions in a way that is falsehoods being said, you know, and accusations being put forth that are not true. Because that's not rap battle. That's personal attack.
Right.
And I don't like that part of it. I love J. Cole. Everybody know. You know, me and Kanye get into it about how much I love J. Cole. I just love J. Cole as a person.
Yeah,
man.
Kanye really went after J. Cole.
Yeah, Kanye don't fuck with J. Cole, which is cool. But I love J. Cole as a person. But if I had to pick a side, I'm with Ye.
Right.
You know, me and J. Cole text. I love him as a person. I love what he does in his community. Me and him have long talks about him being raised by a white mom, you know, and have uncles. Now his dad wasn't there. You know, I even told J. Cole about the baby. He was called Baby Jesus. Yeah.
So you seem to be indifferent about the rap battle.
Yeah.
Nobody won?
I mean,
Oh, somebody won.
I think that victory is a very elongated process. Like winning battles and winning wars are different. You know what I'm saying? Like I've definitely been where my truck got shot up 50 times. Some say 100, I think maybe 100 bullets went, 100 holes, but not, I think 50 shots probably. And me and my man definitely got out that bitch and survived. You won when the truck stopped.
Right.
But when we spilled up out that motherfucker, you realize that victory was not real.
Right.
Sometimes there's a thing called a Pyrrhic victory. A Pyrrhic victory is when a victory comes at too big of a cost. Not just to you, but the environment around you, society around you. Sometimes you win at too large of a cost. And the Pyrrhic victory in specific was a kingdom that was the dominant kingdom in the region had a fight with the second most dominant kingdom because they kept having beef. And they went and marched on them. Now, power don't travel. You understand they don't supposed to travel. They supposed to come to you, or else you're safe. They just got tired of them. They was nagging them, like, we wipe them out before they get too big. They went over there. They won. Lost a lot of men because they went to their space. The third tribe,
Hey man, it took the
while
resources.
they was gone,
Yeah.
cost you too much to fight them. You lost men. You don't have enough men to go back and recapture your spot. Now your women and children is whatever these barbarians was. So you march back. You feel me? So I'm still letting it play out. Culturally, it's you know, I'm looking at people, how they move, and do they care if Kendrick is telling the truth? They don't.
Are you surprised that not a lot of people came out in public to defend Drake?
No, I'm not surprised. I don't feel like that's their job, but I also didn't see people come out in public to defend Kendrick. None of the people that he knew. I don't know nobody that he knows. I know a lot of people that he knows.
The TED?
TDE people.
Yeah, they were the ones that I saw, and people from the West Coast.
Who from TDE?
I'm Top Dog didn't come out and...
I heard nobody come out and say, yay for Kendrick.
Like, I know one that I can vouch is Glasses Malone.
Glasses Malone, he a beast.
Yeah, like he, like throughout the whole tweet before he, like Euphoria got, like he always was defending Kendrick.
Okay, yeah, so, I mean, you know, I don't know nobody that's come out and said, I don't know Kendrick in that way. Mm-hmm. Like we fammed up when we see each other. We don't have a extended relationship except for through text at a time. I haven't texted him in a couple of years probably. I have not seen anybody come out and say, I'm rooting for Kendrick as a person. And that's really where I'm at in my life right now as a person. You know, I love Puff as what he did for business and what he did for hip hop. But as a person, what you're doing is trash, G. Like that's some trash ass shit, big bro. And I love you. I'm sitting there with my family, Oscar night when he hosted the Oscars, texting back and forth with Puff. I never got invited to a Puffy party. I've been knowing Puffy since I was motherfucking 21 years old. Never been to a party, never got invited to one. Now my wife say sometimes, she say, he respected you too much.
There you go. You
know, it's certain things I feel like it's off limits in rap battles. Now, if you just talking innocuously about the culture, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was gonna put a text out and be like, I mean, obviously I'm dressed in rainbow and shit, right? I was gonna put a text out and say, "Happy Pride Month to the hip hop community." But that would have been a diss. That would have been a diss, right? And I know that would have been a diss, right. Even though I could cloak it like
cool hurt.
I'm just saying, you know, I'm just saying, hey, y'all, everybody, good job, you know. But really, I'm dissing, right?
Right.
So I decided not to do it. But everything inside me was like, man, fuck these motherfuckers, diss these motherfuckers, whatever. Because I know a lot of motherfuckers hiding who they is in this shit. And that's their business, though. It ain't my business.
Right.
It ain't my job to tell motherfuckers. You know, I know a lot of motherfuckers that got some other shit going on, you know, and I'm not going to expose them.
Right.
You know, that's their own life. I'm unexposable. I ain't got no shit in my closet, nigga. It's 100% this. 100%, nigga. But that's my own thing, too. I choose to be that way. Do I get pub for it of being a motherfucker can't never say he touched me or I ain't never touched a motherfucker? I get a little pub from that, you know what I'm saying, which is cool. But that ain't the end all be all. So my thing be like, how do I judge a man? I'm judging a motherfucker on their character, man. Your art is over here for me. It's far off from you. You know, R. Kelly, the best R&B singer, in my opinion, in the world.
Ever, of
all time. But would I knock the fire up out of him? Yeah, I got into it with him before about shit. Donnie McKirkland came in like, no, Malik, you can't be doing that. He called niggas that we know, had me meet him at a church and shit, and I still wanted to kill him in the church. No, for real. Rob know this shit. I still wanted to kill this pussy motherfucker in the church. All right, the way you move, homie. But this shit over here, genius.
Right.
You as a person, shit of peace to me.
Right.
As a person. But this, so I'm wise enough to separate too, but how I judge you is kind of a collective of these collages of your life and how you treat people, how you make people feel, and how much good do you do for yourself versus how much bad you do to other people, right? And I think Kendrick is having a moment right now. I love Mustard. He from the Biddy. That's my people. You know, I love Mustard. Man, Mustard had real good talks before. A great track. So from an artistic standpoint, I can appreciate that song. But I can't appreciate the fact that I need to know more about you than a song, Kendrick. What you on right now?
That's fair.
You know?
That's
God's
fair.
Plan, Drake gave out $1 million for the video and didn't shoot the video. He did that for himself. I don't mind if you get something and you give me $1 million. I don't mind if you get a little something too. You know, if my lights is off and you give me $10,000, I'm not that mad that you getting some pub from it, Drake. My opinion. And I don't like when him and Ye get into it, and I don't even know the impetus of it. I told Pusha to tell you this. me and Pusha had real conversations about the Drake shit. Real conversations. And motherfuckers, Pusha, man, like, damn nigga can't do no wrong to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my real life this nigga be talking about. And me and him sat down and had real conversations about this.
Right.
You know, about Pink Blow and all that shit. So there's a lot of, it's a whole cornucopia of things that add to how I gauge men, because I gauge myself on that same platform now. How good of a person am I? How much did I put in the world today that was good? What did I inject the world with today? If I say the world is fucked up, then what am I doing to make it better? My little part, I got to do, okay, cool, but I still got to do it. And that's where I'm at with this. I'm judging it greater than just a beef in music. I'm looking at this as lifestyle situations. Now, if Drake out here boning everybody, bitch, he bogus. He out of law. Nobody wants to be around a dude. Nobody says, when a dude come to a party, right, he come in and talk to every hoe he see. Like, nobody says, make sure you bring back the dude that went and talked to all the girls. Just like, man, get this goofy ass motherfucker out of here, man. I got this girl, me and her arguing, and you hollering at her, and she in my face. Nah, man, you don't even know the dynamics here, Joe. There's Darwinism at play here, and your ass come in here, yeah, shorty, that's my man, woman, Joe. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't here. He just got locked up this weekend, man. Well, I can't come say, man, get off my boy, woman. Because now you're making me look like a simp, so I got to make a choice to let you just do what you're doing, but I don't want to see you no more.
Right.
I got a question.
Yeah.
It's going to be off topic, though.
It's okay.
I lock you in the studio. You got two people. You got No ID. You got Kanye. Who you going to come out the studio with a better album with?
Whew. Wow. I'm a student of both of them. So it's weird for me that you say both of them.
Because I know, based off the conversation, I already know what both of them mean to you.
Yeah.
And for those of y'all who don't know who No ID is, he is a... If you don't know who No ID is, I don't know where the fuck
where
you
you been.
Arguably, not only one of the best producers of all time, but one of the best minds in hip-hop.
Yeah.
He's responsible for a lot of people that you love.
Yeah, a lot of people that you love. When he came to the West Coast and started doing shit with Bronin, Snow Allegra, he put me in studio. I mean, No ID's scary good, man. Like, he makes me mad. He know it too. He love it. I'm like, how'd you do this sample and get this shit clear? He's like, man, I just do what I do. We used to save his day together. And he's like, you know, he was stunting and shit. He's like, yeah, I got to go back up to the room. We in Detroit for Save His Day. He's like, go back to the room. Got to finish this Beyonce album tonight real quick. This is in February. I said, man, if you don't get your ass out here before we start fighting at Save His Day, that kind of flex right there, that's how good it is. So he's like different than Kanye. He flexes too. Kanye flex. Microphone, camera, action, TMZ.
Yeah.
Right.
No idea. Yeah, I got to go. Let's take these pictures right quick and talk for a minute because I got to go back up to my suite and finish the Beyonce album.
So I got to
Just
write
me
it.
and him. Just right in my ear.
He got your ear wet for whispering.
I go, man, this motherfucker, you know, I got to
That was funny.
you know,
Yeah, No idea.
I
It's
gotta
the truth.
go, and you know, and I said, boy, it's motherfucker. So I mean, me, if I could give a third option, could I get them to collaborate on my album?
Right. Okay.
You know, if I could make them, you know, get together and collaborate on the project, you know, with me as the third tier collaborator, because they both better than me.
Right.
I know ID say, Malik, you one of the best producers in the game. Yeah, but way under you.
Right.
You know, Kanye be like, you one of the best, bro. You the best at this shit. You but under you still though. Understand? Be clear where the hierarchy is, G. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, man, that would be an incredible experiment. I don't know if it can happen again. I mean, anything can happen, but I don't know if it's in the cards for that to happen.
The last
again.
time they did that was what, Common?
I think Common.
Yeah.
No, 808.
Okay.
808s.
808s and okay.
808s and Heartbreaks, yeah. 808 and Heartbreaks. That was the last time we had that. He came through on a couple other albums, though. He came through and gave some content and some input, but man, so funny, man. Like, Common used to live with Jay Dilla.
Oh wow!
And I used to go over there. Yeah, they live right next to right down the street from Mom.
When it was doing
down
like
to
Water
West.
for Chocolate.
Was it Water for Chocolate? No. It was after Water for Chocolate.
Okay,
They had
MC
both
Squared and what's that album?
Nah, not MC. Maybe it's Electric Circus.
Electric Circus, yeah.
Maybe
MC
it's
Squared
that.
is on that album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I used to go over there. I hadn't met J Dilla. I hadn't been to Detroit because Detroit was a dangerous place for me, being from Chicago, because they dope scene was way different than how Chicago works. So I only had like a couple allies on the dope scene in Detroit, because they was dangerous. They had a dangerous game plan, but they had the Canada connection too. So they was moving a lot of product quickly. So I never met him because I wasn't really heavy into music. I was still in the street. I didn't leave the street till like 2005, legitimately.
Right.
So, but when J Dilla was living with Common, they had a house together. I used to get nervous because I just felt like my hip hop was here somewhere, and J Dilla was elevated to the level of like luxury hip hop. My shit was still like, I'm writing some verses for Ye. My production's still kind of weak. And I remember J Dilla saying, like, he said, man, do you ever just sit down and try to figure it out for yourself? Figure out different mathematical equations on how to do your music? You're approaching it like everybody else is approaching it, and you're not everybody else. And it was like, bing, 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 bing. Like, oh yeah, I got a Malik way to do this shit. And I mean, if I could say any one person is responsible for influencing my production style, which is weird. My production style weird as fuck. How I arrive at music and shit. And Prophet to tell you, my shit is always coming from about 20 different galaxies. It's J Dilla. Just saying, do it your way. Stop trying to be these other people. You're not going to be Timberland. You're not going to be No ID. You're going to have to be Malik. And you're going to have to program your drums a certain kind of way, and where you put your horns at. And that's why, if you listen to my production, I stack a lot of shit together. I create sounds. You know, when working with Frank Ocean, I was like, yo, it need to sound like a katana going through a snare drum. These are things I use as descriptors, you know? And that's why I use different stuff, and I tuck them in. Like, I use lasers, and I use, you know, a flock of butterfly wings, and use volume, because volume is an ingredient, and put the butterfly wings on top of the snare to soften the snare a little bit, and then I reverse the decay, or I use a different sustain from a guitar to add in. So I put a guitar sustain at the end of a drum roll to just give it a little bit more girth and give it a little bit more area. Stereophonically, humans, how we hear, the left ear is picking up a different thing than the right ear, because the right ear is the dominant ear or the left ear is the dominant ear. So stereophonically, it's still not even. And I want to play on that too. So that's when I produce, I'm producing weird shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a bunch of tracks. I don't have 100 tracks to choose from. I'm taking 15 minutes to do the track that I thought of for 4 hours.
Right.
How do I define the color green in this? What's the bird sound that I can turn into a whistle, and then doppelganger the flute on top of it, and then turn the flute into a saxophone to give it more bottom, and make that a alto soprano sax mixed on top of a 707. So now you're hearing 15 different instruments sound like one. So it's hard to dissect, right? That's why we want the shit that's hard to dissect. That's hard for people to copy. So those are the things that I'm looking at, and it's from J Dilla, because I was just trying to be a Chicago producer. You know, I'm trained under No ID. I'm trained under Kanye. Kanye taught me words like truncation, shit like that I didn't know. And I'm trying to be them. They already them. Be yourself. Everybody else already taken.
There you go. Shoot, let's end it on that note.
Yeah.
Malik, hey man, thanks for coming, man.
Thank you.
Them stories is wild.
Wow, bro.
Crazy, man.
Crazy, wow.
I love it, man.
Especially the story he told.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
But that's,
Small world,
after
man.
you make a declaration to the universe, like, I'm not having no more street fights. Guess what happened? A street fight.
Yeah.
I'm testing. The universe gonna test you by what you say.
Yeah.
You only gonna held accountable for what you say you're gonna do.
The turn down is.
But we appreciate you coming down,
Appreciate
brother,
you,
man.
appreciate y'all, man.
It's all love.
Appreciate you, Joe.
The following program is rated TV MALS. It contains strong language and sexual situation.
Oh my God. I cannot. Like, last night was insane. So when I tell you he almost broke the bed, hang on. So he started using this cream called Sword Vitality, and it's changed everything. You should definitely tell your man to get some. It actually works. Oh yeah.
Sword Vitality, the ultimate male enhancer.
Become a better man with Sword Vitality.